Do it. Good evening, everybody. I guess I should take this down and say good evening. Good evening, everybody. Welcome in. Pardon the hair. It's a little wild. Been a wild weekend already and hasn't even started. I wanted to thank Miss Sharon for coming in and directing people towards, possibly shopping at my store to get little logo shirts. I also joke around that because we didn't have the white removed in the background, you can always tuck it up underneath your chin if you're at a picnic and you got a nice little, you know, slippery slope of an apron. But yes, thank you so much for Sharon for doing that. I think I saw Robin Gardens came in and I my friend peeped up behind the scenes and she'll hopefully be in later. Our bread baker, Miss Diva in the Dirt. Pampered Thriving Wellness. Hey, good to see you. Oh, there's Shiny Rose. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you got a sneak peek that it was there. I almost couldn't get it to come up. Oh, thank you. Yeah, but I couldn't see it in that tiny. I was surprised you could see it in that. Well, you have a bigger monitor. I saw it big after, I only saw it on my monitor. It's like this big. Hey, Timur, welcome in. So yeah, as you know, tonight we will be talking about the gut, but specifically the mucosal lining of our gut and what we can grow to keep it the junctions tight so things don't slip through. Hey, there's my gardening nephew, Emmanuel Art, the ultimate gardener. Please go and check out his channel. He's had some really great interviews and hopefully coming up when it's really, our season, maybe a cooler weather and I'm outside more and hopefully have, some of my garden. Hold on. Uh, Hopefully I will be able to do the interview with him. Just a little technical difficulty there, no big deal. But yes, please check out his channel. He's wonderful, and he actually lives where I used to live before we moved up into Palm Beach County. He is the county below me. I didn't want to tell on you. You muted me. That's the kind of friendship we have. All right, you've said enough. Thank you guys. Yeah, everybody's greeting one another. Um, I was just joking actually with Diva behind the scenes. Like tonight of all nights, of course, for dinner I had a bunch of konjac noodles. And if you've ever done low carb, konjac is a way where you can actually have this texture noodle. And I believe it's kind of made from like a yam. I don't know if it's the same yams that like Emmanuel and I grow, but oh boy, it's high in fiber. It's very high in fiber. Not that anything has happened yet other than, my belly is just like, "Ooh, what did you eat?" And it's like getting a little puffy. So I am having right now, speaking of things good for our bellies, I'm having organic ginger that I put through the garlic press, some of it I sliced up, with this lovely lychee honey that when J3 comes in, he's going to be jealous because it's crystallized honey. It's absolutely beautiful. I showed Diva. I took a big chunk out of it, actually. I should have taken a little small spoonful, just tasted it on his own. I haven't done that yet, but look at how crystallized and pretty that is. Ooh, so yummy. They have like oh, it smells so good. So this is local honey. They have a lychee farm. I have to look up where their place is. It's Naga Gardens. But they were at the mango festival, the Florida Mango Festival when I went. Hey, and you're welcome in. The one thing too, I have an apology to make to Manuel because he did, I believe it was a short on Sapadilla or Sapadilla, however you want to pronounce it. And the ones I've had before tasted more like a pear that had been roasted in brown sugar. And he said he had one and it was like this size. And I was like, I don't know, that looks like that other fruit to me. That's a sapod, like I couldn't believe it was a sapadilla or sapadilla. Well, sure enough, he goes, "It tastes like pumpkin pie." So I really thought it was the orange one inside that I don't really care for. It tastes kind of like a sweet potato or a tree, or some people say it tastes like pumpkin. Um, meme. That's what I was thinking. I was like, it's not meme. No, it's not. This one is the one. I opened it up and I took a bite and I was like, I owe Emmanuel a total. It looks like here, it looks like this. I don't want to get it out right now because the juice, I don't want the juice all over my hands before I start. It's the texture of like a pear. Hey. It's the texture of like a pear, but it tastes like it has those. Oh, hi, Janet. Welcome in. That's another Floridian. It's good to see my Floridians. Hey, Storms. Good to see you, Barry. Um, it has, you could taste almost like the fall spices in it. It does taste like pumpkin pie. So, yeah, big shout out to my gardening nephew in Broward County. I found the one. I'm saving the seeds. If you know the name of the cultivar, I would love to have the name of the cultivar. It's delicious. And then these are the little dwarf ice cream bananas. And I have to say, after trying them, oh, how weird. My color on my monitor just changed. After trying them, I'm just not super impressed. It's mine are better. Mine are just as good that I have. Are they cute? They do have that creamy texture. Hi, Andrew. Welcome in. Well, that might be why they got that name, ice cream banana. They have that kind of rich, creamy texture, but to me, tastes very similar. It's nothing like, oh, there's vanilla. Oh, yeah, it tastes like ice cream. It's really creamy. No, it's not. So I'm not really sure. I still want to grow the red Daca banana just to have a red banana. The little cell culture that I did have kind of died, and that was very sad. Made me very sad. But you should get pups, and you should get them of a certain size for you to have like more success. So tonight, I actually prepared this slideshow because it does have a lot of sciencey stuff in the beginning. Hi, Homestead Aquarius, welcome in. If you haven't checked out Homestead Aquarius, and everybody in the chat, like a lot, and I know Diva has a new short out. Shawnee's always putting out, new shorts. She's working on her hours still. She's almost up. She's past her 3,000. We want to get her up to those 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 hours so she can get those AdSense. But she's already got memberships going and growing. So yeah, check out my girls who are usually up here with me, and check out Homestead Aquarius who just put out a short that's sizzling. Uh, let's see, we'll be hopefully putting out a video this week. I haven't been able to do a lot of editing because I've been up on um, ladder painting. But anyway, so tonight I worked on this slideshow when I finally had a chance. Hopefully, I might end up skipping over some stuff because the beginning is very much like science based. You might have to get out a dictionary if you're like me. I did not define some of the words that are not common, some are defined, but it really has to do with that mucosal layer that is in our gut. I do have a couple websites queued up, but I really wish I had more. It's such a huge topic. But the big top part of the topic is that we can grow things in our garden that can actually help heal our gut, that can remove things that don't belong in our gut. And we can also create our soil so it has enough microbiology that's positive in it that will help our gut too to bring in the right bacteria rather than the wrong. And Shawty's talked about that before too, with what's in your soil and how it affects the brain. Well, the same thing with the gut. There's the gut brain axis, which, you guys can look that up afterwards. I think I hit on it when I talked about the brain before. I'm not really sure, but didn't have time to put it in what I'm going to bring up now. So what I'm bringing up now is the file that I created, and we'll hope and pray it goes well. So it's cultivating a green thumb and a healthy gut. If you are watching this in replay, please let me know what's your favorite way to soothe your stomach when it's inflamed. Do you have a certain tea? Are you planning on growing anything in your garden to help your mucosal layer in your stomach stay strong, to keep out anything that you don't want in your body or going into your bloodstream? I would appreciate that so much. So Oh, my gut. What is leaky gut or gut permeability? Cells lining our gut first experience inflammation due to stress, a poor diet, food sensitivities, allergies, illnesses, also parasites, which I didn't put in here, or antibiotics. Also, when we are, we use when we're sick. This is what I really wanted to talk about, which is our mucosal barrier. Hey, okay. Very gut conscious, gut brain is real. Yep. More neurons in the stomach than in the brain. That's wonderful. Yeah, I get it when I just eat like too much fiber, or I've always had a sensitive gut. So definitely, that's great. I'm glad that you are doing well with yours. Bow tie life in the garden. Thank you for coming in, by the way, even if you don't have much time, I appreciate it. So, what is it? It has three components: your mucosal layer, your barrier, is the mucosal layer is the first. A mucosal layer that forms a protective barrier, which is a porous hydrated mucin gel. It acts as a selective filter. Then you have your epithelial cells. They form the primary lining of the mucosal surface and provides a selective barrier. The next is your tight junction. They're protein complexes that seal the space between the epithelial cells, controlling the paracellular permeability. So I like to think of it, they talk about it being like pores and, kind of like a little cave door, like little cave doors. And if they're not functioning and closing right, then things are getting through those little pores in your gut. Why is this important? In simple terms, when the mucosal barrier is healthy, it keeps out what does not belong, and it discriminates between solutes and water and keeps out bacteria and toxins. Sorry, it's a lot to go through, so I'm talking fast. Oh, I was wondering, I was thinking of you today, Tibor. Bless you. Oh, thank you. Well, we comfort with what we've gone through ourselves. Bless her too for having to go through that journey, and you along with her. Praying for you, man. Um, ooh, okay. I am so sorry. Speaking of mucosal layer, my mucosal layer, my eyes is getting a little watery. Oh, I want to just hug you, Tibor. And no thanks needed. None. We're grateful to have you around, and I'm so sorry that you lost her. But I'm glad that she's not suffering anymore, and you're not having to watch her suffer. Now you just have to grieve, and that's hard. Ah, mechanisms of solute and water transport. The mucosal barrier allows the selective passage of water and specific solids through the various routes. Paracellular between the cells and transcellular across the cells and routes is what we're going to talk about next. So these are paracellular, the tight junctions. These junctions aren't static. They are regulated by signaling molecules, allowing controlled passage of water and small selective solutes through pores with the junction. Paracellular discriminatory. Hold on, this is paracellular. It's discriminatory permeability. The effective pore size of the tight junctions can be altered, impacting. Oh goodness, of course that gets right in the way. Hold on. They put the slide thing right in the way, so I can't read it. Impacting the passage of different sized solutions, I believe it says, and so it's passing more easily than the larger solids. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully you can read it on your side. I might have to bring up the YouTube side. Transcellular routes across cells continued. These are the transcellular, which, one is, we'll go back. One is between the cells and one is across all the cells. Passive diffusion, small lipophilic molecules and some hydrophilic compounds can pass through directly through the cell membrane. Um, We learn about, like, hydrophilic and with soils. We'll knit like, when you can't get the soil is just kinda floating along with the water, you don't want that. So, yeah, these are all about the water and how it's transporting through and over all the cells. The carrier-mediated transport, specific transporters embedded in the cell membrane can actively transport nutrients and electrolytes and other molecules across the cell. And then larger molecules such as peptides, proteins are taken into the cell via I gotta see if I can enlarge this a little bit more. See if it'll move it. No, that did not enlarge it. That just squeezed it into like a thing this big. Hold on. Here we go. Larger molecules such as peptides and proteins are taken into the cell via endocytosis, excuse me, transported across the cell and then released by exocytosis. Now, I'm not going to explain all this because really I'm learning about it too. Like I said, the beginning is very sciencey. You can go back and read over it and study it. It's just to put it out there, like how involved it is, how easily it can go wrong, um, and how very important it is. Regulation and homeostasis. Signaling pathways, intra and extracellular signals regulate at the assembly and disassembly of tight junctions, influencing permeability in response to factors like food and toxins. Those are your signaling pathways. Osmotic gradients. Water movement across the mucosa can be influenced by osmotic pressure gradients, which are related to solute concentrations. The hydration status and permeability of the underlying epithelia, as well as the composition of the mucus itself, are actively regulated to maintain barrier integrity. The phases to heal our gut once it is inflamed or permeated. Phases to heal our gut with things we can grow or purchase. Now we're going into the everyday man uh, vocabulary. So we should all be okay with this section. We can grow or purchase, let's see, let me start over. Phases to heal our gut with things we can grow or purchase that are natural. We can go through first the cleanse phase. Hydration with filtered water, preferably filtered for also chloride or chlorine. You want to remove the chlorine, which is bleach in your water, or the chlorine like they put in pools that'll kill off some of your helpful bacteria. Using anti-parasitic plants and teas, infusions, tonics. The soothing phase, more of the humectants and deep. I don't know about those plants. I put that in there. Don't blame me. I'll have to go back with that. Demulcent plants. I don't think. I don't think I should have went back and studied that one a little bit more. Rebuild phase. Prebiotic, probiotic foods from your garden, largely ferments, fiber, and inulin, which is a prebiotic, which we know most of us who garden know that that's in a specific uh, food called we lovingly call it the fartichoke. Build healthy soil. This should be number one when planting any of these roots, plants, and trees is to help our mucosal layer include diverse microbial life through compost, worm vermiculture, and teas made from those above. Now, the good part? Here comes the fun part. I can come back over here. I had to close you guys out, so forgive me if I missed anything. Hey, man, Farm, welcome in. Good to see you. Sorry if I missed anybody coming in. I had to close the chat just to see. Oh, peace and blessings to you, man. Thank you. Peace and blessings to Tibor too. Okay, so what can we grow to help protect this sciencey mucosal barrier that we have in our gut? First, I want to see if I can bring up another. Well, I'll bring it up after this, after we go over the fun part for us gardeners. Okay, so natural humectants would be your aloe vera, your marshmallow root, your okra, chia seeds, and plantain leaf is what they listed. There's also slippery elm. So some of these are going to be like all over the place. It'll be trees, roots, and plants, maybe herbs. The anti-parasitic plants are your papaya. You can use the leaves and the seeds. A neem tree, wormwood, black walnut tree, clove, garlic, and onions, which I was surprised to hear that. I love garlic and onions. Now, here's the inulin that I was talking about, which is usually in Jerusalem artichokes. This is the pre and probiotic plants. Jerusalem artichoke, dandelion, greens and roots of the dandelion, chicory root, leeks, garlic, onions, green bananas, or plantains because they are a good starch for your gut. Uh, Probiotic rich fermentable foods that you can use. Cabbage for your sauerkraut, hot peppers, actually that one was bow tie. He was saying that's how he was helping heal his gut is he did a fermented hot pepper sauce that he's using. Fermented radishes, turnips. You can basically ferment just about anything. And then I'm surprised that Tulsi's in there, I guess for a tea. Uh, and then the last thing is your types of gardening that you want to do, which is soil based, compost rich, and avoiding synthetic pesticides and fertilizers. So this doesn't necessarily, they're saying like soil, growing in soil is better for our gut rather than growing hydroponically, because we start out with the microbes with the soil that are good for our gut. Sometimes they can be bad. Like if you've got dogs going in your yard, you definitely don't want to be planting in that. But you're using broken down compost that's completed and things like that. You're not using hot manures, then you're not getting, the parasites and things like that. So, which plants do you already grow? Which plants do you have that I have not mentioned, and do they help you? And which plants or recipes might you be looking for online after this live? There was my little slide presentation. It definitely took more time to type it than it did to share that with you guys. But I'm going to bring up a picture of let me see if I can bring it up. The gut microbiome, what the Cleveland Clinic, the area that they point out as the gut microbiome. I know you have things to say. You can come up if you want. I'm gonna pull up this one little chart. I wish I had one thing I didn't get, Shawnee, and you're good at finding, I probably is a slice graph where they show all that I was just talking about, and they show the junctions and things like that. And it's probably really easy to find. I just didn't get a chance to do it. And I know you guys are like, well, you've had this up for a while. I had it up for a while because I just couldn't get to the research. I couldn't pull up stuff that, I wanted to really get into. And not just, of course, I want to do it for you, but I've struggled with chronic issues, my gut. I've struggled since I was little. Like we used to have milk and of course, breakfast. Like breakfast was cereal back then. That was all over, the TV. You have orange juice, you have cereal, and you have milk. I had gas pains, horrible gas pains when that was my breakfast. And nobody put two and two together back then. They're just like, oh, it's just your nerves. You're probably got a nervous stomach. No, I probably had some lactose intolerance, and the high sugar was not great either with the fiber on my belly. And then the high sugar orange juice, like not the greatest. Let me see if I can get this brought up. Um, oh, there it is. Maybe image. Oh, share screen. It's that one. There we go. Let me get it. So I hope everybody is having a good night. It's been a crazy day today. I was painting baseboards today. Right. It does have amazing benefits. I actually have pulled it and used it in my teas for that. I just couldn't remember what they were, Robin. So if you want to share them in the side chat, that'd be great. I've never heard of Cinnamon Life. Oh, Cinnamon Life cereal. Yes. I remember that. That was one of my favorites back then too, Talk. I loved Cinnamon Life cereal. Uh-huh. Yeah, Tosley's wonderful. It's the one that actually has that tiny little bit of, like, licorice that basil tends to have, because it's holy basil, of course, that doesn't bother me, like some of them do. You slept all day today and you woke up earlier. Oh, you woke up early, like, in the day, or you just woke up a little bit earlier before this? Oh, I wish I could have taken a nap before tonight. Um, so they're showing in the picture, let me see if I can take myself. Okay, if you can see the little box, it's telling me that you can't hear me if I'm not on here, which that never happened before. There's a small box down here, that's the gut microbiome that we're dealing with, in the area that most people are referring to. Yes, the ginger, turmeric, all over here. Yeah, I have ginger to plant still. I wanna get some of the blue or I've heard there's black turmeric med for. Do you have any of those funky colors? I need some just water. The thing with ginger is some people are fine with it, other people, it's very hot for them. Yeah, a lot of alcohol is not good for the gut lining there, Mr. Aid. I know you like that. I like a little drink once in a while too. Um, but yeah, the ginger, I realized that wasn't in the grouping and the turmeric as anti-inflammatory. And I'm still wondering why. I'm gonna go back and look as to why it might not have been put in there. Yeah, you're gonna have to give me some tips. Orange, black, and white. Ooh, yeah, I heard white somehow. And I realized, I think the turmeric I used was dyed, which is scary because now they're saying the dyed turmeric, that dye has lead in it. Yuck. Like, kill me with something I think is healthy. It's supposed to be healthy. Man, I'm gonna have to come out and get some turmeric from you too. Let me see. Hold on. I got up at 4 a.m. I've been in bed since 8:30 tonight. Oh, yeah, I totally understand. Let's see what Robin is saying. Tulsi's got benefits, aids digestion, soothes inflammation in the digestive tract, balances gut microflora, promotes healthy gut bacteria, supports liver function, boosts immune health. Okay, yeah, I'm totally drawing more of that. I've got a plant. It's like 3 feet tall out there. Yeah, I need to be trimming it off and drying it and preparing more teas with my Tulsi after reading that. Thank you, Robin. Thank you for putting that in the side chat. I appreciate it so much. I'm seeing if I know Shawnee might be busy with the kiddos. Yes, exactly. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. When we were talking about the mucosal lining, a lot of the things now where we're using non-dairy milks, like how I mentioned, dairy doesn't do well with me, except for yogurt. I'm okay with yogurt because it has the probiotics that help me, I guess, break it down. Any of those emulsifiers are messing up your mucosal lining. They can just mess up the function of the cells. You can end up with leaky gut just from drinking a lot of milks and um, anything made with like nuts that's supposed to be like a non-dairy substitute. Like, we're seeing a lot of that now with, coconut yogurts and almond cheese. And you have to check the label for the emulsifiers. And yeah, the anti-caking agents too are interesting. But yeah, the powder turmeric is shady too because somebody was saying who's actually from over in India, that they'll just put sawdust in there with your spices when they're mailing it off out of the country because it's still organic, even though it's a tree that they just ground down. Oh, cool. Thank you. Gosh, I have like nothing to bring out to you that probably you don't have already. That's the only thing. I'm not to the point where it's like I've got like really cool stuff. In fact, I just killed a carambola somehow. Yes, it is clear to come up because that went much faster when I talked through it rather than when I typed it because I don't type like my friend Shawnee. Yes. Yeah, Tulsi does smell good compared to some of the basils. I can't do Thai basil. A lot of people like that, but the Thais, that licorice smell just fills my whole yard and I just can't. I might be able to now, now that I've gone through the change because the hormones do change the way you smell. I'm like kind of glitching on StreamYard side. I hope it's okay once it gets to YouTube side. But yeah, I've been trying to save seeds of the Tulsi too. Oh, here we go. Please welcome Shawnee Rose. And
Hello, testing our sound. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. Those are
Can I?
really,
Yeah, good.
yeah, those are awesome. You
This
ready
is
to
new.
go?
I would like the floor for a couple minutes if you don't mind.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Take it.
getting the notes. And then we're going to get a picture.
Let me make you big so I can. Oh, if I put you in solo layout, that won't work with the picture. So let me get rid of mine. Oh,
Let me move my pictures to a different side of my screen here because they're going to mess
okay.
me up.
Let me remove
Okay,
from
so this
studio.
is
So
the
no
order. And
more
we're going to
space.
do share screen.
Thank you, Robin. Oh,
Okay, is it showing up?
yes, thank you. Look at
I have a
that.
couple pictures to talk about here. So the gut has so many nerves that it actually has its own dedicated nervous system, the ENS, enteric nervous system. And what I want to talk about here on this screen is the vagus nerve. It is a key component to the parasympathetic nervous system, which you hear us talk about with the brain and gardening over at Shawnee Grows, playing a critical role in the complex and bidirectional communication network known as your gut brain axis. Okay. So the vagus nerve begins in the brain stem, and if you can picture it on both sides of your neck, going down through your abdomen region and affecting your organs of the digestive system. So actually during times of stress, anxiety, or
Mhm.
depression, the signals from the vagus nerve travel to your GI tract and will give you pain, constipation, diarrhea, all those health concerns that people
Mhm.
have with
Yeah,
depression, anxiety, asthma, fibrosis, immune function, obesity, diabetes, Alzheimer's, autism, epilepsy, you can live better with those things with a healthy gut.
it's
Let me see
wonderful.
what other picture I have. The digestive health is tied to immune function. So let me find
Mhm.
my other picture. Look at this
That's
picture
awesome, Mad
and your
Farm. Toilet.
digestive tract. Oh, go ahead.
But he's saying that he's got, not sure, but I grow a lot of boldo, the blue spur flower, toilet paper leaf, and someone recently visited to pick up some and was swearing that it is tremendous GI. I believe it. It's pretty mucilaginous. And that's what we want to grow is a lot of mucilaginous plants for that,
Okay, I have a
the
question.
mucus lining.
Did he wipe with it or take it?
I think it sounds like he ate it.
Ate it. Okay.
Yeah.
So our
But
our
interesting.
our digestive tract has all this going on inside of it. Digestive health is directly tied to immune function because nearly 70% of our immune system is in our gut. Okay, everyone. Now,
Right.
Carol, possibly this image next is going to be maybe what you wanted me to show
Okay.
with the
Yeah,
brain
yeah, yeah, yeah.
gut access and then this slice
Yes.
here where all the layers she was explaining to you guys
Yes. Hold
with
on.
the
Let me make that
mucosa.
big for a second. Let me see
Go
full
ahead and look
screen.
at that. I don't have notes on how to read this part, but I do have
Yes.
a story after
Mm,
this slide I can tell.
of course, I have my little 13-inch monitor and it's halved right now, but I'm going to go back and look at this when I can blow it up in the
Yeah,
replay. Awesome.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me see, pull it back out and get you back up here. Oh, what just happened?
So
Oh, you pulled it. Oh, I meant, oops. No, no, no. What did I do? There we
come
go.
back to me. Okay. I'm done showing pictures and I can send you the links to oh,
Awesome.
hi. Hi, Diva.
Yay,
Hello.
Dina, you're joined us too. I
If
didn't want,
if you want to put those in the description later. So now
thank
you might
you.
be wondering, how do I know if I have good gut
Uh-huh.
health or not? So let's talk about some testing that can happen to give us some data. So if someone is
Great.
suffering from digestive complaints, there is blood testing for food sensitivities, skin testing for allergies. We can test to see if there's actually a bacterial or yeast overgrowth. There's a breath test. Now, what I did was a stool test because I was having health problems. And I'm not going to get into the specifics of what led up to that, but I did have a box mailed to my home, and you do the directions on the box and you take it to a mail bin, where you
Uh-huh.
put it through your window in your car and you pay for the lab to do what they need to do and you follow all the rules and then it sends you to your doctor the
Right.
results. So I was diagnosed with leaky gut in the small intestine. We
Okay.
tested to see if there was bad bacteria and there wasn't. There just wasn't enough good guys. So when the intestinal wall comes into contact with inflammatory foods, which I was
Yeah.
eating, toxins from food, water, or even
Uh-huh.
metabolites from the, bacterias and fungi, this can
Yes.
result in damaging to the cells that line the gut, larger proteins from food and toxins from escaping out of the GI tract and entering the system, leaking into my bloodstream. What happens is immune system identifies them as outside invaders and launch an
Yes.
immune response,
Yep.
resulting in your food sensitivities, your allergies, and your autoimmunity.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
actually don't have IBD, inflammatory bowel disease, even though I was trying to take an IBS probiotic specifically.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I don't have like Crohn's or colitis, which I was really panicked
Mm-hmm.
about because that's like a
Right.
forever life change that I need to deal with. What I
Right.
was instructed to was lay off gluten for a while, get off dairy for a while, get off
Right.
sugars the best you can, right? We
Yes.
went over like smooth tea actually has a lot
Mm-hmm.
of things that could be good and bad, but the one that got me was my throat coat. My throat
Mm-hmm.
coat tea has a lot of healing herbs in it for your gut. That
Yeah.
surprised me because my body would crave that tea, and
Yes.
that's why. That's what I
Right.
needed during that time.
Yeah.
My husband has
Mhm.
GERD, which also
Yep.
is affected with your gut. So he has
Right.
herbal supplements. We had to limit his diet and know the triggers. So if he was going to have one of those foods, we had to give him his armor, his tincture, and his herbal supplement, right? Now, quickly, I'm
Mhm.
almost done. What is a gut health garden, everyone?
Yeah.
Here's a secret, it's everything. Okay,
Yeah.
trying to eat 20 different legumes, nuts, fruits, vegetables in your week. Write it down, keep track. See if
Right.
you hit 20 different of those categories in a week. Because I
Yes.
struggle. I'm like a
Me
picky
too.
eater, apparently, right? And then
Right.
lastly, lemon balm was on the gardener's list for
Oh,
calming,
okay. So welcome. Yeah.
relaxing. Oh,
Robin. Yes.
Robin. I just have
Hi.
two more
Hey.
things and then I'm done talking. Um, the lemon balm can reduce the stress and anxiety, bringing joy to the heart. It's a carminative, reducing digestive complaints, especially if it's stress related, and it's
Right.
antiviral. And then cilantro is antifungal and a powerful antioxidant. Okay, someone else can talk.
Yeah, and it's a heavy metal detoxifier, cilantro, and that's I know Diva had said Marissa was saying like you will taste that weird flavor of cilantro, which they say, oh, it's genetic, if you actually have metals just floating around in your gut and in your body. And the more cilantro that you increase into your diet, that tends to die back. So that's something that I need to practice more because I do get that soapy flavor here and there. And you can juice it with your green juice and help detoxify those metals out. But welcome, Robin. Thank you for joining us.
Hi.
See you here. You look so pretty tonight. You look like you weren't like doing a bunch of like you said, like canning. You look like you went out.
Oh,
You look cute.
Well,
And I
thank
love
you. I
Shawnee.
was sweating.
No, it's cute.
I
He's
got my
cute.
easy dress on. Keep
Yeah,
cool while your kitchen is like 110 degrees.
right.
It's not
It's
about me,
really
it's about
hard.
the gut today.
Right, right. One of the things I wanted to mention, and Dave and I have talked about it before, and I was going to include it in here, was if you've ever had your gallbladder removed, they reroute our bile directly into our small intestine, like Shawnee was talking about, and it can strip that gut. It can just strip the mucosal lining with because it's a constant drip rather than it filling up your gallbladder. Your gallbladder waits for your fats to come in and then it releases the bile and that helps it's basically break down the fats so it has a job and it's breaking down the fats rather than breaking down your mucus, breaking down your lining. So, what happens and what I am seeing, and I would love for there to be a scientific study on it, is a lot of autoimmunity with women who have had their gallbladder removed. They seem to all of a sudden go into that phase of, I don't know why I can't eat that anymore. I don't know why I can't eat that. That might be the key is, well, we are having bile directly fed into our small intestine. And for celiacs, like Tuck was saying, that is a problem with celiacs is it breaks down that lining. It breaks down the cilia, I believe it is, that's in there and deforms it. And then you get leaky gut and then you get issues with your gut to the point where it can lead to stomach cancer for some people who have had undiagnosed celiac for years. So I need to step out for 1 second and just use the loo, and I will be right back. But I am one to talk that I cannot touch gluten anymore, and I miss bread like crazy because the gluten-free bread is just the same. The same.
No, same.
So
Yeah.
I might try the on and how do you say the einkorn? Einkorn?
Oh,
Mhm.
einkorn.
Einkorn?
Yeah.
Einkorn. That's it.
Einkorn.
Einkorn. Thank you. I couldn't get that. Yeah, it's
EIN.
einkorn. That's exactly how you say it. Okay, I will be right back. Thank you for holding down the fort, ladies.
Diva, are you available to speak? Or are you busy?
Um, I'm available,
Do you
but
want
I've
to
got
speak?
a.
Oh, are you eating?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was like, oh, you can have my leftovers, mom, and it was like, oh my gosh, I'm needing to have dinner, and so I thought, well, I'll just listen and man things, but I don't know if it was mentioned because in regards to, and Shawnee reminded me earlier because this is something that I've learned from Marissa, my daughter, is that when you are formed in your little mama's womb, your brain and your stomach are attached and then they separate as you continue to grow, but they stay attached. So when you have things like, I've got brain fog, I've got this things like you have things wrong that are going on in your head, more than likely the cause of that is to do with something in your stomach. And so it's like first and foremost heal the gut and it starts to heal the other aspects of your body.
Could you break down some of those lovely creations in the kitchen from the garden that help heal our stomach, if you don't mind?
One one important one, which I was half listening, so it might have been said, but your homemade kimchis or homemade sauerkrauts, you should be, even if you just have a quarter cup with every single meal, like you don't, it doesn't have to be spicy. This is something that Koreans do. They eat kimchi with every single meal because it's designed to actually help break down the your food, right? And so by
Yeah.
adding in those types of fermented foods at every meal, you're actually doing
Mhm.
your body a good favor because it's like our food
Right.
is so depleted, as we all know. Um, and so we don't actually have the digestive enzymes that they would have had 100 years ago because of eating all the the GMOs and all the pre-made, prefab, all those kinds of foods. You have all that going on, and so there's like I knew a friend of mine years ago. He'd walk around with a handful of chewable papaya tablets in his
Mhm.
pocket, And it was just
Yes.
like throughout the day, because it's like, again, we have that mindset, okay, I'm going to sit down and eat my meal, not thinking that, hey, I should also have, because I'm depleted of those digestive enzymes, that I should add some more in. So like a pineapple tablet or a papaya tablet, and he would just have pockets full of them. And he'd go, hey, do you want to, he'd just bring it out and you want a papaya? And I'd be like,
Yeah.
okay. And I started carrying them back then myself.
Right.
Um,
I had a neighbor that did that. The papayan chewables she would carry
mhm,
all the time.
because
They work. They really
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, and they're tasty. They're like it
yeah,
was like a little piece of candy back then.
candy, yeah, like those
Yeah.
little sweetheart, or yeah, the little teeny
Yeah.
tiny rocket candies. And
Mhm.
so, because as your body is going through the day, it's changing on what it needs and stuff. But if you're not continuing to add in those digestive enzymes, it's not it's you're missing out on them. So,
Right.
walking around with papayas, or like I said, and this is one of the things that we will be doing here with all the cabbages that I just purchased and stuff. We are going to
Right.
be, making spicy kimchi, but also like we'll do a carrot ginger
Mm,
sauerkraut.
yum.
So it's, grated carrot, grated ginger, and then the cabbage. And
Right.
something like that, I can add that, have my
Mhm.
breakfast, and then mid-morning, get my little quarter cup
Right.
of probiotic fermented foods. Adding that in is just, it's good for the digestion. Heal the
Mhm.
gut. You can heal a whole lot of other things, and that. So, and I just listened to a guy that talked about, and I'm not sure where I'm at with it, but this thing
Mhm.
with autoimmune disease, it's brought on. He said, your body is designed to actually heal itself,
Right.
and so we take on these things where it's like, now I have an autoimmune disease, and so then what do? They give you a pill, and it's like, no,
Right.
no, you need
And
to
it
turn
strips the
around.
gut.
hmm And so now
Yes.
you just perpetuate, and now you are
Right.
a permanent customer, where
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
like, as we were talking, you were mentioning the cilantro, and Brenda said, yeah,
Mhm.
it tastes like soap. Well, it's like, if cilantro doesn't taste good to you, that means that you have a lot of heavy metals in your body. And that's one of your first things to do, is to get rid of as many of those heavy metals. And so
Right.
on my channel, we do a really great Mediterranean style green dip, or yeah, green sauce, I think it's called. And it's just
Mhm.
cilantro and parsley, garlic. You put some pumpkin seeds in it. I put sunflower seeds because I can't have pumpkin seeds
Oh, yeah.
yet, because I am going to heal
Mhm.
these things, that I won't have these issues anymore. Um,
Right.
and then I think she drizzles a little bit of olive oil in at the end of it, and it is
Oh.
so delicious. You can just eat it with a spoon. Have a little
Mhm.
lebna, a little bit of yogurt cheese with it. Put it on bread, put it on crackers. But eating that on a regular basis will help to detox those heavy metals. And Marissa is a poster child for it, because she hated cilantro. Now
Right.
she craves cilantro, because I love the taste of it. I love cilantro. So
Well,
anyway, I'll stop talking.
one thing I discovered, no, you're great. Right. One thing I discovered when I was studying ferments a while ago, and I wanted to do ferments, but we had mold in our house previously, and we never ozonated the house. So I didn't want to do them here and accidentally, because you're picking up wild yeasts that are in the air when you are fermenting. Um, so I have gotten recently the kimchi, and it seems like it is helping. You're absolutely right. Like, I'm getting a fermented kimchi, and I know it's still fermenting because you pop it open and it's like bloop, bloop, bloop. And same thing with cabbage, because they do have some that are packaged in a way that they have valves on them now. Only thing I don't like is some of them are packaged in plastic. The one I get is in a glass bottle, which I'm grateful for. A lot of people can't eat kimchi, but like Diva was saying, you just need a little bit. And that's actually, people who are gut specialists say that's better for you than going and taking like a probiotic pill. That the probiotic pills sometimes are not a match as much as the live cultures that you're taking in from a kimchi or from, a sauerkraut. And because like David said, like, I want to get to the point where I'm making it from my house, and I feel
Mhm.
safe doing that.
Mhm.
But that is the bacteria you're surrounded with, so you're matching that bacteria in your gut rather than bringing in a foreign bacteria in like a pill. Um, the other thing I was going to pull down is last week I talked about out of the blue, and it's menopause is so much fun. Uh, when you switch over as a
Woohoo!
woman, woohoo! When you switch over as a woman, your blood lipid levels can go higher, your cholesterol can go higher. But here's the thing: is they want to put you on a statin right away, and I will tell you that thank you to the YouTube algorithm. They sent me something from a doctor who studies menopause, and she was saying for women, the statin does not like uh, reduce cardiovascular events for us. It will lower the lipids, but for men only, this works for like a cardiovascular event. So it's preventing their heart attacks, not ours. Women who are taking statins are still getting heart attacks. So this article I found, yeah, statins, and right, I'm eating grapefruit. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm eating grapefruit just a little because of my stomach, the acid. I have to be careful with acids because I get reflux also. I'm trying to find the share screen button while I'm talking. Can't talk and do this at the same time. But I found this article, National Institute of Health, gut bacteria may reduce cholesterol and lower heart disease risk. So this article, I will put the link after. I'll put it in the description. I'm not going to read it to you guys, but that was very encouraging. Absolutely encouraging, uh, that it's possible to heal our gut. And also, just like it talks about, it grows across all the cells, the intercellular, and then it's going across all your cells, the benefits of healing your gut. So, yeah, I thought that was fantastic. Yeah, God made food to heal. I agree. Hi, Mobius. I'm sorry I didn't say hello to you. I didn't see you come in and create a redundancy. Hey. So, Robin, have you been upping any of your like gut healthy um veggies or recipes? Okay.
Well, listening to what you've all said, little pieces, Al has real bad GERD,
Hmm.
and took like a proton pump inhibitor for years, and they want you off of those. They don't want you to be on those
Yeah.
forever. But he couldn't go off them. I mean, like it was
Wow.
eating his esophagus, the acid.
Right.
Um, so we got the probiotics from doTERRA. He started
Hmm.
taking those, and it is the only thing that got him off of the drugs.
Amazing.
Um, yeah. And you were also talking about the enzymes like the papaya. He takes the
Yes.
enzyme from them too, on
Hmm.
occasion, Terrazyme.
Yes.
Uh,
The
but
digestive enzymes are big.
I think after listening to what you're saying, we need to add kimchi in our life.
Hmm. Yeah. If he can stomach it, absolutely. The GERD, like if he's still getting bad bouts of GERD, you have to go with, of course, watch, make sure it doesn't say spicy kimchi because he will not like you. Um, but yeah, the enzymes are really important. Diva hit on that. And that helps me too. I actually have a chewable enzyme that is from Garden of Life. And when Malachi sometimes is complaining and getting upset because it affects him with it being on the autism spectrum, it affects everything. It'll affect his behavior. I will give him one of those and it kind of settles it down a bit. But Johnny, were you going to say something? I saw you do the
Yeah, so my husband used to have Tums every day, and then he was like he
mm,
couldn't breathe almost. It was so hurtful at work one day, and I said, "Just go get seen." And they're like, "Oh yeah, you have GERD. Here's I think it starts with an O, this pill, and it makes the acid go out the other end." And he'd had like 2 days of that, and he's like, "Shawnee, please help me find a different doctor because this isn't
right.
going to be me for the rest of my life because you know what problems that's
Yeah.
going to cause." And all of my biological family takes this O pill. And so that's when we went to natural medicine, and he has a bitters tincture
Mhm.
that he'll take preventatively to coat his esophagus if he's going to consume a trigger food. It's
Mhm.
anything with tomatoes, anything with spice. And then daily, he takes a sensitive stomach thing, and it's full of enzymes and slippery elm, which could be a
Yeah.
tea form, but he doesn't drink that. A licorice root, a marshmallow
Mhm.
root. So, like, if your
Yes.
husband drinks tea, Robin,
That's
because
like
I don't
throat
want to be
coat.
like, buy this pill. It's right here. I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
do
yeah,
that
me either. Yeah.
because you're doing great with, okay, probiotics, some enzymes. Let's make this food source now. And I love that he saw results with it. It just
Mhm.
makes me so
Well,
happy.
and get off of it. Is that I was just trying to look it up. I think it's something like omeprazole.
Yes,
Is that
that's
that's
what they
the one?
gave him.
I want to touch on DCBs and also Mobius mentioned this. The reason I didn't include those two, peppermint can sometimes aggravate people with reflux, and so can ginger.
Yep.
Ginger stripped my throat one time when I was drinking too much of it because it is a hot spice. And peppermint, for some reason, will open your esophagus more. It relaxes the esophagus and allows everything to kind of just come up because the sphincter doesn't close as easily to keep it down. Otherwise, it's good for people who don't have those issues. But if you struggle with GERD, I don't recommend the ginger and the like hitting it hard. Like if you want to test the ginger, fine. But the mint, the peppermint especially, be very leery of it because it will relax your esophagus and that will cause issues. When Shawnee mentioned the throat coat, some of the two ingredients in there that are really helping is the slippery elm and the licorice root is in both throat coat, and I believe the tummy one too. They put it in. I'm not
The
sure if chamomile is in there too or
That's a good
not.
one. I don't think it's
Yeah.
in there. But yeah, the
And
peppermint patties,
Tea.
peppermint tea, and there was a peppermint alcohol that my husband loved, and then
Right.
he tracked it to anything peppermint. He's so
Mhm.
sick.
mm.
So don't even.
Ginger is so interesting. Both of them soothe my stomach, by the way.
Okay.
Peppermint or mint.
Yeah.
They help me. But ginger, I never knew the power of it until
Mhm.
I had a neck injury and I was off work for a long time and I was just getting back to work. And two of my girlfriends wanted to take me out to dinner after work. And I really just wanted to go home and put my neck up. Um, but
Soupy.
I went and we went to
Mhm.
one of these fun places where you can create, you can build the meals that, you're having. And
Mhm.
I just picked ginger in it. I picked ginger in my little stir fry thing. I picked a ginger drink. I picked
Mhm.
um, a ginger ice cream dessert. And by the end of the meal, I was going,
Yeah.
wow, I
Yeah.
feel good. Why do I
Yeah.
feel so good? I haven't taken my medicine in X
Right.
number of hours and blah, blah, blah. And then we went out shopping and I had the greatest evening. And then I finally went back and tried to figure out why I had such a good evening. And it was the ginger,
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
anti-inflammatory properties of ginger.
Oh, I love ginger. I'm having ginger tea right now. But yeah, see it for Dunkin', it can have there's always contraindications, as we say. There's contraindications, and we're all different petri dishes. I love
Yeah.
pickled ginger. I actually just brought some home because I wanted to taste it to match it. I have ginger sitting on my counter, and I love that sushi ginger that's probably in rice wine vinegar. But I wanted to make some of my own. I'd love to ferment some. I'd like to ferment some too, like do a honey ferment ginger. I know Diva makes too that tea, and they do like a citron, ginger, honey mix, and then you mix it into hot water and it creates a really nice tea. That looks really yummy.
Mm.
Uh, but yeah, that Janet, the omeprazole, it after they put me on that, that's when I lost my gallbladder. And a side effect is that it can have the equal and opposite effect. It can help the person a little bit, but it can also really injure the person and their their gut. For me, it took me down a bad path really fast after they put me on that. And yeah, all things in moderation, except street drugs, unless you're in the hospital. I always have to add that that wasn't like part of our grandma's generation. They didn't, think about the, heroin and fentanyl. That's not
And you,
included in the moderation. Just teasing you guys. Just joking. Hey, J through GS Farms. Hello. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta get it. J through GS Farms. I opened the Naga Gardens lychee honey, and I saw something that you love. Crystallization, deliciousness. It's in my ginger tea right now. My homemade ginger tea. So good. And it smells delicious. Local raw honey. Anyway, good to see
I,
you and thank you for the compliment. Go
I
ahead.
finished my I did finish my dinner, but I did want
Good.
to I did want to show this. Can't pick it
Come
up.
on, you can do it. Do it. Holy
Ah,
look at the
pickles. Is that
color
what
of
that
the
is?
liquid and the brine.
So
Yeah,
this
nice
is
brine.
so Marissa did these a couple of weeks ago.
Mhm.
You can, if you look behind me, it's not easy to see because there's a lamp there, but she's got two more large jars that the two jars don't fit in here. They almost fit in here. So this
Right.
is a full sour
Right.
pickles. Smells
Yes.
absolutely incredible. And so she got them all in here.
Mm,
So just eating, for me, just to grab a pickle, that
right.
will
And
work.
Steva has that on her channel, by the way, and also the gut shots that you can do from the
Yeah,
brine for
because
her.
this brine, just taking a 1 to 2 ounce shot of it throughout the day is
Yes.
another way of getting that in. But you can ferment just about anything, and doesn't, because kimchi
Mhm.
can be a bit spicy, and which is
Right.
why we're going to do the carrot ginger
Mhm.
sauerkraut. But we had leftover peppers, so she brined those. I haven't tried them yet. They're
Right.
still sitting on the table back there.
Yeah.
But having fermenting, you can ferment your salsas. You can ferment what else is it? You can ferment just about anything. So
You can ferment just ginger or
yeah,
This
garlic.
stuff
I
gets
mean, I
tired.
saw fermented
Yes.
garlic.
yeah,
Fermented
well,
garlic.
yeah. Well,
I,
yeah. So we do end up eating these that are in here. These are from the
I
garden,
love those.
from
Yeah.
my garden, so they're fermented, and so again, like, this is a huge jar of goodness. Marissa said,
Hmm.
"Well, that might last me to October."
There was a
As
That's
I,
recipe
great.
I saw for fermented lemonade, I think is what it was. Like taking a shot of
Mm,
lemonade.
ooh,
Yeah.
uh-huh,
yum.
yeah, so
Um, yeah,
yeah,
do you see, it does settle my stomach. I just have to be careful because it does relax the esophagus. It's more or less that warning was for people who suffer from GERD because it
mhm,
can settle your stomach. It's just what it does. For some reason, peppermint has the ability to relax the sphincter in your esophagus, which leaves it open. And then when you're sleeping or, if you really eat a big meal, it can come up and through uh, that open sphincter in your esophagus. But absolutely, if it works for you, it works for you. We're all different petri dishes. And yeah, the low acidity, there's proponents on both sides with that. For me, it made me hurt so much worse. Absolutely made me hurt so much worse. Adding apple cider vinegar to my diet when I was having GERD, it hurt like hell. So the digestive enzymes, maybe I would go for first, and then work your way up to adding some apple cider vinegar or the acidity. But I do believe what you said, Mobius. We have so much crap in toothpaste. Get rid of your typical Crest, please. Your Listerine. There's been studies of people, and I'm trying to get my husband off the Listerine. There's been studies where your risk of heart attack goes up for men. I don't know if it is for women, using Listerine regularly. I forget what the biochemical thing was that switches with it, but yeah, it's stripping your gut. Anything that's antibacterial for your mouth is going down your throat and into your gut. And like Diva was saying, If you have gut permeability, it's going into your bloodstream, so it is crossing that blood-brain barrier. And Shawnee was mentioning it too, leading to even cognitive decline, especially the sugars, which they're causing the third diabetes in the brain, is what they're calling a lot of dementias now. So this is great information. You guys have added so much to it. I'm so grateful for you guys. So grateful for you. But just like we said, it's like do your research, know your own body, do little tests here and there on your own body. Don't just go whole hog in if you don't know what something's going to do for your system. But thank you, GT. It's good to see you too. I just kind of waved at you. I'm glad you're in.
I did want to say I asked my guide through my gut healing journey that I was on,
Hmm.
and still I'm always going to be on, okay? Because I have a cake
Right.
addiction. But
I
uh,
know.
I go, what about a cleanse? I hear so many things about we need to stop consuming solid foods for a certain amount of time and do a cleanse, and it makes our digestive system switch, a switch
Hmm.
turns, and will consume and expel toxins, and it's a beautiful thing. And what we do is we take warm water and cayenne and lemon, and that's all we
Yeah.
drink for 7 days. And then we wake it back up with warm bone broth. And it's this beautiful, magical, you're so much
Yeah.
better. And you've gone through all the withdrawals from every processed food you've had your whole life. And she's like, no, you should just eat good 80% of the time, that list of 20 different things in your week somehow, and it can be little
Mhm.
garnishes here and there, and your dressing can have something in it, and just try new things and eat
Mhm.
fermented food. We don't
Mhm.
need to go, I gotta cleanse, and then make yourself suffer.
Right.
Just wanted to say
Yeah.
that.
We have touched on this, and Shawnee has too, is adding that's your garden. Your garden is your fiber. So yeah, you have to make sure you're getting enough fiber for your body to clean out well and keeping all those pathways open. If you're dealing with a gut that's toxic and you're constipated, you're going to be a lot more uncomfortable. You're going to have a lot more brain fog. Don't ask me how I know. Ian, welcome in. But yeah, I know. I know. I know about that because of the fibro and gut motility issues with the fibro medications that they put me on. Yeah, those pickles looked amazing. Everybody's commenting about the pickles. They did. And you can tell there's a lot of active culture going on just by the color that Shawnee pointed out. Yes, one with ferment. Yeah, no vinegar.
So
Yes,
when my
Robin.
gut
Go
is
ahead.
off, um, I get joint pain easily, and psoriasis runs in my family like crazy. My dad suffered
Mm,
with it terribly, and I will get little scaly lesions here and there. Nothing horrible,
mhm,
but
right.
enough for me to say, "Alert! Something bad is going on." And then just have to clean up the diet again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
don't have
find
any
that too
problem.
with my
I'm sorry. I don't have any problem this
no, I'm
time of
sorry.
year. And you know how I know?
Yeah.
Because my nails grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have the strongest nails. I can, bump something and they won't bust.
Okay.
In January, different story.
So you're getting a lot of sunshine, which is vitamin D, and then you're eating a lot more fresh food, which has all your fibers and vitamins like crazy compared to winter time where things are canned and they're a little bit less, they're broken down more and you're not getting as much sunshine. So those two things are obviously having a great effect on the psoriasis or inflammation. Psoriasis is just an outcropping of your body is just totally inflamed.
They've
Um,
totally linked it to leaky gut and,
And leaky gut, yep.
you know,
Mhm. Yep, they do. Absolutely. Feels like yeah, it's pulmonary fib it's no fun, I know, Andrew, and we talked about you not inhaling anything smoky with pulmonary fibrosis last time. Please heed my warning. I care for you. You've been around me a while. I lost a brother to it. So it's a disease that hits hard. It's one that made me sell all my pottery equipment once I researched how absolutely volatile just the dust from my pottery was to my lungs, breathing it in. I didn't realize leaving the studio late at night and coughing like I was that my body was telling me something like, you need to get away from all this glassy dust that you're around because it's silica that's floating around in the air, a lot of it. I don't use that. Good. Yeah, I don't either. But one thing I do use that is it's a mild disinfectant, but they're saying now too that even that can affect your gut is the what's the one? The gum. I use the gum. When we use the toothpaste and we use fluoride free, but it has that it's a sugar alcohol in it. It's
Xylitol?
it's not is it? Yeah, it's xylitol. Xylitol. Yeah, it's xylitol.
All gum is
Yep.
bad, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Unless it's that natural, like sappy gum, which I don't think I could chew because I've watched people do it. It's like a pine resin, and they're like, "Oh, that's interesting.
Oh,
I
Oh,
that's
can't
this is
even do
interesting.
like
gum."
a ginger chew. A ginger
Yeah,
chew makes me feel like my tooth is gonna come out.
The that is one vice of mine is gum.
mine too. I have all the flavors of the xylitol gum, just about.
I
I make
I do like my gum.
same.
I mean, just
Yeah.
oh,
Go ahead.
sorry.
No, you're fine.
Well, it's like in the chat, but later, so I don't know if I should bring it up yet.
Oh,
Do you
I
want me to
didn't
keep
know how
reading,
far
or do you want
back
me
I
to?
was. I know it keeps jumping. Sorry. To make our own tooth.
It's a
Yeah. Well,
maybe
that's
you're
really
caught up.
simple, GT. You can just make it with baking soda and an essential oil like clove, and you might want to break the clove up with another oil because it's very strong. Um, but it is very good for your gums. Um, and the baking soda is really all you need as an abrasive to get the crap off your teeth. I know that's a technical word, the crap off your teeth. It's very sciencey.
I was like, wait, what word did I miss? You're making a joke. I was just trying to say, like,
Yeah.
Mobius was talking about, like, what was the question? I said, how do you know when your gut is off? Because Robin made me think of the question. And
Right.
Mobius was like, farting? And I go,
Yeah.
smell. Smell is so important
Yes.
of a sign of your body. And then
Yes.
there's the whole happy pooping box, everyone. How is your poop
Yes.
looking? How often are you going? It is so important.
Yes.
That's all I wanted to
Yes.
say.
I've seen that the other natural toothpaste, DCB, since you brought that up, I have seen people moving over to toothpaste that are based in salt. That's another thing that they're moving over to with like the
Have
Himalayan
you?
pink salt and things like that. And that's something I might want to try. And then they do like the coconut oil pulling through their gums. It's a lot involved. And one
The
step at a
Yeah.
time. Progress,
Have
not
you tried
perfection.
Redmond's toothpaste? For
I
real?
have not yet. I have
I
not
haven't
yet.
either.
Have you
It's on the
tried it?
list.
I want
No.
to, I know, I want to try a lot of their stuff. Yes, we are
Mhm.
Mother Earth Garden Club. Welcome in. It's good to see you. It's such a good topic. It's so deep. It's so wide.
That
And
coconut
such
oil
good
pulling,
information.
it takes like, what is it, 15 minutes? You're supposed to swish
It's a
something
lot.
in your I'm like, I last like 2 seconds and then it needs
Yeah,
to
I
be
don't
out of my
last that long. Yeah, I don't last that long either. And please do not swallow it. Please spit it out
No.
because it's got all kinds of bacteria in it.
And
That's
not
the
in your
point.
drain, not in your sink.
Yeah.
Spit it in the garbage.
Yeah. Well, and a paper towel and then in the garbage or
You
something
know,
and
however
something.
you
So
want to
it's yeah.
flow. Yeah.
Or spit it outside. It'll be okay. The
So
soil will break it down.
it's really interesting, but we use a mouthwash by doTERRA called On Guard, and I was
Mm.
just trying to find the
Yes.
ingredients.
On guard is good. That's
Okay, so
the thieves oil is the equivalent in the Young Living side. Go ahead.
it's got wild orange, clove, cinnamon bark,
Mhm.
eucalyptus, rosemary, myrrh,
Mhm.
and I can be prone to mouth sores in the winter for some reason,
Okay.
and I used to have to get a prescription
Right.
I don't have to get a prescription anymore. I
Oh,
think it's
good.
probably a combination of things, but it's probably mostly the myrrh.
Yeah, the
That's
myrrh is very healing. It's
very
a
healing,
really rich oil.
but
It's very rich.
I mean, I'd be, on drugs like wham in the
Right. My
past until I found that product.
my daughter gets those. Sometimes it's you're low in zinc when you're popping out those canker sores, and also stress can lower. It's an immune thing to let you know that your immune system is lowering and to get on all the good things you need to do for your body when you get canker sores.
The mouth
Um,
heal, the mouth heals fast, but like you
yeah, it
you'll
does.
eat something
Ooh,
like pizza or something and burn
the dangle off the
4
top of the
levels
mouth.
of the skin
Yes.
on the roof of your mouth.
Yes.
You use that
Yum.
mouthwash and bada bing, 24 hours later, you're healed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I know it is amazing how quickly the mouth does that. Her canker sores would just get out of hand. It was awful too because we went through a season where we would make a dental appointment, and 2 days before, all of a sudden, she's got a canker sore. And that 2-day mark going in, that's usually when it's most inflamed, and then it comes down. And yeah, it was bad, but she was under a lot of stress. She was in school at the time. Or the drinks you need, Grok style heavy duty. Oh, you guys are starting. Yeah, the bottles, 1 liters a few years back. That's awesome. Yeah, my great grandmother used to make ginger ale, and my mom said like she remembers it as a little girl, and one time she even saw one that I guess over fermented and blew it like kind of blew up. I saw some stuff saying cinnamon was good for the gut. Cinnamon is good for your blood sugar. I know that about cinnamon. I love cinnamon. Do you know, Diva, about cinnamon in the gut? I
I
don't.
don't know about cinnamon in the gut, but I do know that it does help
Tingle,
to balance out your sugars.
It's important to use the right kind of cinnamon too.
Yes.
Yes. Do
The
you remember the
Ceylon cinnamon
the
Salem.
is the
Ceylon?
good
Yeah,
one.
Ceylon. Yeah, or Ceylon.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Thank you,
this
Robin. I forgot the name of which one was the good one.
this is the toothpaste that we are using, and it's made here in Canada,
Oh
actually
gosh.
in Nelson, BC. So it has the hydroxyapatite or whatever it is called, and I can buy it
Yeah.
actually just from the store, but I wanted to, so it has calcium carbonate, the xylitol,
Mhm.
which some people can't do
Yeah.
xylitol, the
Mhm.
hydroxyapatite, bentonite clay, colloidal silver, castile soap, trace mineral concentrate, essential oils of peppermint, spearmint, wintergreen, and tea tree. And their bentonite clay is a food grade.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Um, mhm. So it's so the thing is with that, with what I've found with this toothpaste, because I'm hoping it's going to heal. Like I've got really good oral
Mhm.
hygiene with my teeth and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you have great teeth. Yeah.
But there I do have I have an issue with he kind of filed a little filling, and so I do have some issues with it. But I'm hoping I think why I have really good oral hygiene is because I violently brush my teeth. I always have. It's never, it's never just jiggle, jiggle, swish like what they taught us in school. It's, it's I'm a violent toothbrusher. So I think there's, plaque can't stay, nothing can stay on my
Mm.
teeth because I scrub it off. But I
Right.
am finding that this, like, it has changed. It's almost like where, in the morning when you feel your teeth, you go, oh, it feels a little bit off, but
Mhm.
it's like I don't have the same sort of morning mouth smell. It's not the same. It's like wow, it doesn't smell like garbage in my mouth in the morning. And
Right. Right.
so there's something in it that's definitely got some healing, and
Mhm.
and they do. I remember years ago they did link when you have issues in the gums, like if you have an infection, that can actually affect your heart.
Yes.
And so
Yes,
then when
travels too.
you're, yeah, and so when you go, so I'm going, okay, so I'm doing some really good things, with my teeth and my mouth that, it's like that's also, again, where you go, oh, it's helping to protect my heart. But yeah, so this is the one that we're using called Nelson Naturals Fresh Mint. And they do also have the tablets. Because I
Right.
think Utera has some tablets. And they have some swishing tablets too.
Yeah.
That's the cinnamon. That's the good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's a great one too. I like that brand,
Cylon.
Frontier. Yep.
It's
Yeah, here you can bring yourself up.
Stellion or
Bring it,
Cellon.
bring it, bring it to
peop-
the.
Yeah,
people.
there we go.
So people with heart problems too. Um, there's some benefit with cinnamon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mobius was saying about magnesium. Mobius, I did a whole live on all the different magnesiums, and actually, that was one of my first slideshows that I ever did. So yes, you're absolutely right, and magnesium is important for many things that our body does, and many people are deficient in magnesium, especially people who struggle with pain. Get your magnesium checked. And there's various different types of magnesium. You don't want to just clear out your guts. That's often what's in some of the cheaper pain relieving supplements is the cheaper magnesium, which would be your oxide magnesium and citrate, which will clear your guts out. Sleeping with your mouth open gives you bad morning. Yeah, I have sinus issues, so that too. I'm a mouth breather. Oh, yeah. What's the most surprising thing? That's great question, Shawnee.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Trying
Yeah,
to see.
I actually bought the 3 one year, and I even got the little frankincense droplets, the actual sap, and tried to chew on it from Young Living, and that was just nasty. But some people do it and they like it. But yeah, gum is not good. They're funny because it's made out of plastics,
That's
and
what it was. Yes. Okay.
we need to find natural substitutes. And I love my gum like Robin. I carry gum with me. And they're like little chiclets too, the brand that I have. It's like a little chiclet, like when we were kids, but it's like a, healthier version.
So magnesium is
Oh, you're
interesting.
fine, Mobius. Go ahead.
Al and I, when we've really abused our bodies
And
and
Shawnee.
we're having bad
Hmm.
muscle days, we have our muscle meal that we eat, sweet
Hmm.
potatoes, chicken, and Brussels sprouts.
I would eat
And
that.
and
Yeah.
you kind of pick foods that are high in magnesiums, and man, you heal faster.
Yeah. The glycinate's actually a good one that the people are recommending. If you have autoimmune, magnesium malate is one of the ones that is really recommended that can turn around and then also give you energy after your stores are full, your storage system. Uh, the one we take is a magnesium, I think thionate, but it also has potassium in it for
Mm.
spasms and things like that, like muscle spasms. And it does help, like you said, like if you're having, like with the painting and everything I've been doing, going up and down an 8-foot ladder and doing all that. It's like a step class, and I haven't done any of that in a long time, or working out in the garden. Also,
So
soaking in sulfate or spraying on the magnesium chloride, I believe is the one that you spray on. Might be wrong on that, but yeah, there's so many. Yes, Boswellia capsules. Yeah, Boswella's anti-inflammatory. It didn't do too much for me, but I've heard good reports for other people. Just make sure the capsules you get are made in the USA, not packaged in the USA. Because, like I was saying before, they will actually, because it's organic, they'll grind wood right into spices and things
Yeah,
like that.
and just I probably saw it about 2 years ago, and I don't know if his name was the spice guy, but he said not all spices, just because it says organic, it does not
Hmm.
mean that it's organic. And
Right.
like there is the one that's called Simply Organic, and he had a couple from
Mhm.
there, but it's
Right.
not the whole line. He said they're not pure.
Right,
So
and they're
that's
finding lead in a lot of them too. I know the
mm,
brand that's cheaper, the Badia, that is, like, has a lot of the Spanish mixes and spice mixes in it. I used to get some of their organic, and then they came out with high lead levels. They were testing spices randomly, and that was one brand that came out really high.
mhm.
But even I think some of the other ones did too. McCormick, I think, came out kinda safe. Yeah.
But not every like, it's like they might have 1 or 2 that you go, "Yep, totally clean,"
Thank
and
you,
then the other ones,
Joe.
not.
Right,
So do you guys
right.
have the gum, the pure gum, PUR gum?
That's the one
Yeah,
I chew.
and you can't chew that now anymore?
I don't know, I have to go look at it now after hearing about that they use plastic bases for a lot of these gums, so they have microplastics in them. So I need to
Okay,
go
so
see.
pure has xylitol gum base. Well, what is gum base? Gum arabic,
That's yeah, yeah.
natural flavors, and anytime you see someone say natural
That's
flavors,
right.
it can be
Can be.
anything.
Exactly.
Glycerol and carnabu wax
Yeah, it's got some
and
interesting ingredients.
tocopherols. Yeah, that's the
It's in
kind
my
I
purse, yeah,
yeah,
all the
that's what I
time.
do
Love to
too.
try that one.
I
The
love I love
it's
it, but
like gardening products, you know, you
right.
go and it says organic, but you just have to stop and flip it over and does it say OMRI certified?
See, it's a little
Mhm.
chiclet. It's like a delicious treat when I'm in my car. I need to freshen my breath. But you're right. What is the gum base? Could have microplastics in it. I am not recommending it until I know what is in it. But it, of course, is better than your sugar laden. You're going to go out and get, bubble gum or any of that, or you're going to get something with aspartame or anything. Was it? Canadian doesn't have any fluoride, so cool checking to see if it's available
I
for
I
international
am gonna do
orders.
that. Yeah, and
Yeah,
actually I will, I'll just put the link in the chat, just in
interesting.
case it is, but it is, with all the fancy dancy things that go on between our countries. Mind you, you're in, Mexico, so it could be. They have all sorts of they've got all sorts of different, dollars. So yes, I think they do mail it internationally because it's like Cyprus, Estonia, Falkland Islands, Greece, Haiti. Like there's yeah. Let
Yeah,
me just
and there's
scroll
also the one
down.
Shawnee mentioned too. Redmond's has one. That's scary in there. Yikes. So then what is this stuff?
I
I
was like,
remember something of, didn't we have gum arabic in art school for
Wasn't it in a
something?
glue?
Yeah, it was
Was
like an
it in a glue?
adhesive, I think, right, Robin? Don't you remember that name? Gum
Uh,
arabic? I think I do. Was it maybe in our mastic that we used like for watercolor? I don't know. I know that name from I think art school too. Hmm. I have to go look up my gum. Oh my
I don't
God.
know. Let me look it up.
Yeah. Years ago in the 90s, imported bamboo paste. Don't remember.
while you're doing that, it says we
A
offer
couple
free
months.
shipping for orders over $60 to Canada and United States,
Mhm.
the 50 states of the District of Columbia only. So the 50 states and the District of Columbia only.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, yes, this Nelson Naturals will um, ship to all over the world. They don't have any issues about sending things over. So, you might have to buy a case of it, which I would recommend. It is a,
Mhm.
I'm really enjoying using it, so
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, Mother Earth, I heard that too. Like if you have GERD, you don't want to be a big gum chewer. I'm not like a huge gum chewer where I'm always chewing it, but I do enjoy gum. Husband does not really enjoy it, so I chew it away from him usually in my car. Yeah, aspartame is an excitotoxin. It's not only not good for your gut, it's bad for your brain.
Yep.
It gives me instant migraines, so I know usually if MSG, aspartame, or sulfites are in something, boop, there I go with the migraine.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, gum arabic is used in print making.
Ah,
It's a binder.
okay.
Oh, great.
There we go.
So it makes the
Yikes.
package, it makes the package for the gum that you're chewing. It's like in the package
Mhm.
and in the product in the package and the package. Uh,
Yeah.
mhm.
Interesting gut health. I absolutely must have got rid of process. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do again. I fell off the. I was talking to, I think it was Cece. I forget who it was in one of the chats, and I was like, I didn't just fall. Maybe. Oh, I know. I think it was Bayou Sugar. And it was I fell off the wagon into the donut ditch. I cinnamon rolled there. When I fell off my anti-candida diet, it
Mhm.
was that is what took me out was the cravings just got one day just got me and I was like, that's it. It was cravings and emotions. I ate my
Mhm.
feelings, as we
Yes.
talk about as women. I
Yes.
ate my
Yes.
feelings.
I like to eat my feelings.
Yes.
My
And like
favorite thing
Shawnee
to
has her
do.
cake. Yeah, I like cake too, or ice cream.
I want Shawnee's cake.
Yeah, yeah, that looks pretty good. We gotta find, like, a healthier version of Shawnee's cake, though, for
It's
her
a
and
bar
for
of
us.
dark chocolate. A bar of dark chocolate is the healthier version, Carol.
Okay. But watch out for cocoa nibs. For those of you who don't know, you will be peeing up a storm. Cocoa nibs are a very strong diuretic. They're
Oh,
very
that's
good for
good.
you,
That's
but
awesome.
yeah, if you need to pee a lot, go for the cocoa nibs. I
Mhm.
did that in my smoothie one day, and I was like, "Why am I going to the bathroom so much today?"
You can
And I
put
looked,
beet in the chocolate cake or brownie
yeah,
or whatever.
But that means
hide
you
the
have
beat.
to make it, and when I'm needing
Yeah,
to eat my emotions, I want it instantly in my hand right now.
right.
I don't want to go, "Okay,
Mhm.
I'm gonna have emotional issues later, so I should start thinking about baking a cake." No.
Right, right.
I should
I
get it
did
in my
see
hand.
one, it was, like, real simple ingredients, and it did have, like, avocado and melted chocolate, and you just put it I don't know if you put it in the freezer or the fridge, and it turns out like a ganache, but it's gotta have a little bit of honey or something in it, because that would be just, like, dark chocolate and an avocado would be horrible. That's real dark
Yeah.
chocolate's bitter,
Yeah. Yeah.
bitter.
Well, I could make a wacky cake. That takes no time at all. But when I am in my I need to eat my feelings and my emotions, I need to have it, it's like I need to have that cake right now or the ice
Mm,
cream or whatever it might be. Whatever might be the hankering at the moment. Ugh.
I
right,
think
right.
if Howie was in the chat from Food Forest
I know.
Permaculture,
Where is
he
he?
would well, he had the
Wedding.
wedding.
The
Yeah.
wedding. I just said as soon as I
Um,
said it, I'm like, "Oh, the wedding." Go
I
ahead.
think he would remind us to chew our food more, which I wish
Yes.
I could teach my husband to do, but he has it programmed in him to like get it down now because of childhood stuff. But
Mhm.
um, chew your food, everyone. I'm a very slow eater. That's why I don't like eating at the table because I'm always the last one there. So
Mm.
Mm, it's hard. Excuse me. It's hard too when you're a mom because it's like you're taking care of everybody and you're thinking of all the things because we don't have that nothing box in our brain. Most women do not have
no.
that, gentlemen. So it's kind of hard to get you to take to relax, to eat, to digest. So that's a good idea because you could do
Mhm.
mindful chewing to get yourself kind of there. Yeah,
Mhm.
ganache. I love ganache. I used to make raspberry chocolate ganache cakes. Oh, they were so good. I haven't made one in ages, but yeah, so good. Yeah, I made bars one time, Mobius, and brought my husband. I sent them with my husband to work, so they were like little bar cakes. And one of the guys told him to tell me that was the best thing he ever ate in his life. I drizzled chocolate on it and stuff. That was when I was Shawnee's age. Like that was when I was doing all those little, baking bread and making cakes and all that stuff. Now I'm this age, I'm just like Diva. I'm like, if it's not made at that moment when I want it, I have a problem. Let's see. I've been trying. Yeah, I heard about the allulose. I'm wondering if my body could handle it. I can't handle most of the fake sugar stuff. At least when I'm on the anti-candida cleanse, it actually caused pain in my body. A lot of them did. Like right now, I do have a pre-workout drink that has sucrose in it, which I'm not too happy about, but it has all the amino acids to help my muscles. I'd like to find one that doesn't have the sucrose or like Diva was saying, like those stupid natural flavorings, whatever that is. But that's great info. Thanks, Mother Earth. When I began to babysit for a couple of kids, they ate super fast. I would ask them to tell me what they're eating, taste, texture. Oh, that's a great idea, Janet. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great idea to be present. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And just
Mindful eating.
getting people
Count your
talking.
chews. Count the
What was
number.
that?
Count the number of chews.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to
Yeah.
chew it 20 times. Take a
Mhm.
bite, chew it 20 times.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you slow down.
Right. I had an uncle, we used to call him a bird because he ate so slow. We were like, you're like a little bird. But he lived till 104, so he obviously did a lot right.
Mm-hmm.
Got up, did his stretches. Doctor told him get off ice cream. He stopped eating ice cream right after seeing the doctor. Like, just did all the things. Played a little Sudoku as he got older to keep the brain sharp. Played some card games. Oh no, you do? Well, Theron, my husband bought me my favorite bar. It's the Lint orange bar. I forget what it's the exact name of it, but it has like little candied orange peel pieces in it, and it's dark chocolate.
Mhm.
I usually can eat just like a square, but when I was doing all these painting and I was getting exhausted, that bar went lickety split. It was I needed the extra energy, but also
Mhm.
it was feeding my feelings of I'm so sore. I want to stop this. I want to be done. Another point, may be good to make bread. I have bought. This is our bread baker right here. Sourdough starter, lady.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to do the sourdough, but I also, like I said, I want to try the einkorn. It's like, yeah, you eat so slow too, Brenda. Well, it might help you have a longer life.
You know,
I know. No,
the einkorn is more readily available now.
it
Than it
Mm-hmm.
is.
used to be. You'd have to jump through hoops to get it. It's on the shelves at Whole Paycheck.
Wow.
Yeah. They've started to carry it. I know Sherry and Bobby over at Black's Tropical also have one that they represent too, which they used to talk about the Celtic salt, and I remember going into one of their lives and I'm like, please check the lead content of that salt. And they did, and in fact they got to go to the place where it's brought into the States in the Carolinas, and then they went to Utah to see where Redmond's is mined. So Redmond's is actually mined here in Utah in the USA. And some of these like Himalayan salts, you don't know if they're mining it in a place that's radioactive. You just don't know until the salt's tested. And some of these salts are coming back with lead in them. And we're just like sprinkling lead all over our food or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
Our
Redmond's
trust.
is REDMO.
MO. You got it.
Yeah. And it was the best,
Redmond's.
but it's really salty
Oh, good.
salt. Like it's
It
it's
is.
really, really salty. But it's like, nope, you can't use it no more. Can't use Celtic. Can't use. So I'm just gonna let you know right now. I've not been a person who perspires a whole lot, but however, maybe it's my age or whatever. I go outside and I just perspire, and it's not even. I don't even have to be doing something. And what I find at the end of my day,
Mhm.
if I just rub my forehead, it's all gravelly. And I'm now going to put a little dish behind it. I'm going to eat my own salt.
No, it's detoxifying you. Don't you dare.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? This
You know what,
salt
no.
doesn't have. This is good salt.
No, it is not. You are peeing through your skin, according to my father.
But
That is what you
it's
are
mine.
detoxifying. No,
It's my
no,
my
you
salt.
must you must release it. It is pulling the bad stuff out with it. Do not eat your own salt.
I
Yeah,
I am.
Europeans use a lot of the sourdough starters, I believe, right?
Mm.
Diva. Plus, their wheat is not exposed to glyphosate.
ask me again. I miss it.
Glyphosate, that's how you say the word. They don't spray down their wheat to harvest more of it with glyphosate. Robin, you can probably say the word. Roundup. They do not round up their wheat. It's
No.
not just a matter of they have less gluten, is they don't round up their wheat when they're harvesting it. And the rounding up of the wheat it causes the wheat to dry out faster, which causes it to produce more of the berries. So, yeah, we do that here in the US, and that's part of the problem and what's stripping our guts.
Yeah, and also
Um,
in Europe, they're not allowed to have is no GMO food is grown over in Europe. You
right.
can people who have gluten intolerance and stuff, they go and they travel through Europe and they go, I'm eating another baguette. I'm eating, a pain au chocolat. I'm eating all of this food that I normally can't eat and not gaining weight, not feeling bloated. And then they, come back here. First time they eat any of it, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm sick again. So,
Mm.
it's they've locked down no GMOs, none of that kind of stuff. So which is great.
Mm.
Yeah, I probably need to go and I am actually heading to Mexico next month, so I could just load up all my own salt.
Is it the Redlands, Shawnee?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So I
there
don't know
you
if you can
go.
see,
Oh,
but
sorry.
see how the salt looks, how mineralized? Like those are all minerals
Right,
in the salt.
right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And it's good
It's good
tasting, and it's
stuff.
salty salt. But why does it have all the stuff in it now?
So I don't know.
Boo, boo! I say boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I know some of them, it's like I look at the stuff in it and I'm like, what is that? Is that like mildew that dried up in the
No,
I,
no, it's
no, it's
mineral.
not with Redmonds, but like other
Uh-huh.
places that I
Like
don't know where it came
is
from.
that
I'm like, that
is
could
that a
be
little
anything.
little
I've kind
bug?
of sworn off bread this summer, for the most part, and I really feel better. We went out for pizza when my family was in last week, a deep dish,
Hmm.
and man, I just felt lousy
Mhm.
afterwards and the next day. Um, and I'm not gluten intolerant, but I'm definitely better without bread in my life.
Yeah.
I
Right.
love bread. I
Yeah.
love bread.
I
Yeah.
know.
I
I've,
love
And
bread.
when
I've
I
had
when we do get some, we do get
Mhm.
sourdough.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to say about the bread, it was so funny. There was this little lady who was shopping. She was from the Northeast, and she was looking at the good um, brands uh, of products. And this man's face is on a lot of these different bags where you can buy like even organic oats from him, and don't really want to mention the company. But she's like, "Oh, I don't know why they don't have white wheat down here." And I'm like, "Well, why?" She's like, "Oh, I use it for recipes and stuff." And I'm like, "Well, do you know why it might be white?" And she's like, "No, why? Why do you think it might be white?" I'm like, "Because it doesn't have the germ in it anymore." Like, I didn't mention to her it's probably bleached, even though it's in a good bag and from a good brand. We did that. We stripped our wheat of everything that helps you digest it to make it shelf stable way way back when they were trying to make food more shelf stable during like consumerism when it took off after World War II. So that's another thing too about our breads and why people get sick off them compared to going overseas. They still can
Mhm.
have the germ. They aren't bleaching their bread, their wheat with chemicals.
Did I say this before? But when my girlfriend from my bestie from England lived here, she's like, "Why do you Americans have to put sweet in all of your bread.
Oh, the sugar. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, she finally bought a bread machine when they lived here and made
Yeah.
bread herself because could not find one brand of bread that didn't taste sweet to her palate,
Yeah.
because we add sugar.
A lot of them do have sugar in it. Yeah, the European, the basic bread, I think Marine, isn't it? Just like flour, water, yeast, salt.
Yeah.
That's it. It's no sugar.
And same
Mhm.
thing with, condiments and other things, when she lived here, like ketchup and so forth, was so much sweeter than it was back in the UK.
Yeah. But
Oh, wow.
I think there was somebody that was, they were from the States and they got, they were moved with her husband's job. I think they were in the military, moved to England, and they said, we did not change our diet. We were buying all the same, the granola, the oatmeal, the sweet cereals, and the breads. Everything was normally normal that they would normally buy. Ate that, and they both the husband and wife dropped 20 pounds with I think within the month.
Interesting. Wow. I was gonna
So,
type this in, but sometimes too when we go off certain foods, we lose the enzymes to digest them and we lose the bacteria in our gut that helps digest it.
yep.
Uh so but yeah, I would probably do the same thing. My gut would hurt a lot.
Hmm.
But I get more of the rather than my stomach hurting sometimes, like if I want to have pizza and it's not gluten free, I will get sick later on to where I feel tired,
Hmm.
brain fog. Sometimes it's tired to the point where I have to lay down, and sometimes it's a
Mm.
headache, and sometimes it's a headache.
Hmm.
I suspect that.
I've had two,
Yeah.
I've had two friends hospitalized and then diagnosed with celiacs.
Hmm.
Both were very, very sick. One almost died. That's how sick she was.
Wow. Hmm. Now, do you know if she had her gallbladder out?
I don't.
I really wish they would do a study on it. Nobody's going to back me, definitely, unless, of course, they're probably going to build a drug for it, maybe. Like, who, I'm not a doctor. Like, I need
Hmm.
doctors to go after that, and they probably won't because nobody wants to get sued because that's a very popular surgery.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 10 to 14 hour drive. That is a long drive to go get a loaf of bread, Joe. So you might just
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
flour, water, salt, olive oil.
I had my gallbladder out, but I was in I was in pain. I had so many stones, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, some people absolutely. I had to have mine out because it just stopped functioning.
Mm-hmm.
But that was because I was eating crap. I was eating
Mine was
crap. Go ahead.
petrified as well. Mine was
Yeah.
just so. Mobius, do you make? I need to find a good mustard because we do the grainy mustard, but I want it to taste like the prepared.
Right.
I want it to be more like that. So yeah, we do
Like
our
the
own yellow.
yellow. You
Yeah,
want a
yellow,
yellow
yellow.
one?
Yeah, like we. I don't know if you guys do. You guys do French's
I've
mustard?
done we used to, like the hot dog mustard. I
Uh-huh.
do a stone ground one.
Well, that's the one I want.
Spicy. The stone ground spicy.
Yeah, I just want the smooth one. Which, by the way, when you are
Mhm.
if you have some sort of magnesium deficiency in or something else that is giving you a charley horse or leg cramps in the middle of the night, getting just a tablespoon of prepared mustard,
Mhm.
putting that in your little pie hole, eating that in about 20 minutes, it will take um, take down the pain, the cramping. It'll stop the cramping.
I did not expect
she,
that.
she, I'm
No,
laughing because you're laughing.
I could just
Well,
that
she was
just
taking a
made
drink. It was
me
like,
by surprise. Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Yeah, mayo is actually so simple to make. I need to get a stick blender. I don't have one. I don't want to really
Mhm.
make it in my blender. The only thing that grosses me out is then I know that raw eggs are in it. then I'm like, oh, I see the raw eggs, and there's raw eggs in that. But
The
Excuse me, what were
immersion
you?
blender?
Oh, stop talking.
yes, didn't you
Okay.
get one?
I was like, what are you eating? Okay, yeah, no, I'm not
Oh,
jealous
okay.
of that.
It's coconut
Oh,
chicken and salad, but I'm having
that
cake
sounds
after
good.
this.
That's
So I,
right.
so I have to
Oh my
earn the
God.
cake. Okay, everybody, earning
Yeah.
the cake is happening.
Yes.
So the
She's
Yes.
immersion blender thing, I had
uh-huh,
a cheapy one
uh-huh.
for years, and I was like, yeah, this is a tool that works. It's great. And then I got like a nice one, and whoa, huge difference in effectiveness of the tool.
Hmm.
Okay.
I will
Mm,
not go back to the cheap one.
So
Mine is.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I had a I had a basic one when they first came out. My brother bought it, said you have to have this in your life. And I'm like, this is cool. That thing was a tank. I think I probably had it for 25 years before it
Wow.
died.
Yep.
Then I bought myself a KitchenAid, really
Hmm.
nice one because I'm replacing it. Metal, blah, blah, blah. That thing's a piece of caca.
Oh
Mm.
no, it is. That's the one I was gonna get. I was gonna get the matching. I was gonna get the matching one to my
Don't do
stand
it.
mixer.
Don't
I
do
don't mind my
Oh.
KitchenAid one. I like that's.
Okay.
you like
But
I
it?
think
I'm
that's what I
like you.
have. Yeah.
I do like my KitchenAid one. Um, but I don't know that I wouldn't go, yes, it's the best of ever. Because yes, we had one for years and years and years, and then when it died, um, I think I've replaced it with like just some one generic brands from the grocery store, or the blue convenience store,
Mm.
Walmart, and those ones died, and we don't use it all the time. We're using this one. So the KitchenAid we've only had for maybe 2 years, 3 years. So,
Okay.
but I'm not saying I totally recommend it, but I'm liking it. I like KitchenAid
Yeah.
products personally.
Oh, I
Yeah, Moby. So
I
you
do
can add
too.
other things. Yeah,
I
you
do
can add
too.
other
Maybe
things
I
to.
just got a lemon.
Yeah,
Hmm.
maybe. See if they'll
Yeah.
take it back or contact them, KitchenAid, and tell them your friends have better blenders. What's up with yours?
Well, it like overheats in the middle of
Oh,
a
Oh
that's not
and
good. Yeah.
then it
no.
stops and then
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What are you doing with it? How long are you using it? What are you making?
What are
What are
you
you
blending with
immersion
it would be
blending?
well, like
key.
Tell me
today
more.
today I used it to blend my salsa
Okay.
before I cooked. Oh, by the way,
Funny,
that was
some
been a
good
multi-day
questions.
freaking project. I roasted I roasted tomatoes for 2 days.
Oh, wow.
I didn't use them all for the salsa, but and then today I put it together and now it looks like 3 of the 5 jars didn't seal.
Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to
Oh
do that. Sorry.
no.
Oh,
I mean,
no, that's terrible.
I don't I
Are
have
you gonna just put them in the fridge, or are you gonna go
Thanks.
through it all
yeah,
over again, or
I
what?
mean,
Yeah,
I I'll
gross, Joe.
I'll given them some more time, but
No.
I'm pretty bummed because I have never to this point not
Mm.
had something seal ever
What
ever.
lids do you wanna share what kind of
The,
lids you
the good
used?
ones, ball, the good ones. I think
Oh, it
Ball
might
has
be
been not
sometimes the
so
rubber.
good lately.
Yeah, sometimes the rubber seals have been giving people a problem. The little, yeah, the seals are nicked up or not quite right. I was going to text this to you. I mean, type it. I started to, Joe.
okay.
I
So
won't
here's
won't
the only
do
thing I did.
dukes.
It is ball. I just want to making
Okay.
sure. Um, the only thing I did different was I usually put the little lids in some lightly boiling water, not like rolling boiling, but just lightly boiling. And then, use the magnet thing to get them out of there and put them. I didn't do that step.
Uh,
But they say you don't have to do that step. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna do it.
I know, they say that ever since whatever year, you don't have to do that, and it's like, well, I have better seals when I heat the lids up a little.
Absolutely.
Do you? Okay, so there's
Yeah.
where I went wrong.
Hmm.
yeah,
No, it just
you
like
have to.
it lets it soften that seal a whole lot more. No, because I even when I'm canning on my videos, because I have heard, oh, you don't need to do that. Oh, you don't need to do that. And I go, I'm old school. This is how my mother did it. This is how my mother's mother did it. This is how my mother's mother's mothers did it. I'm gonna do it this way. Why would I change?
Right.
There's a conversation going on about mustard in the in the
It's still going.
oh my
Yeah,
god.
there was one on mayo, and Joe, a lot of the mayos that are name brand in the States now use a lot of soy oil, so I
Mhm.
won't touch Duke's. Ours was because my mom was from the Northeast. It was Hellman's. She was a devout Hellman's buyer. I believe Shawnee and I buy the same one. It's called Chosen. It's made with avocado oil. Even Walmart sells it. It's the yeah, the ingredients are good and clean pretty much on it if you can't make your own. And then Mobius had talked about you can add other things to the mayo. And yes, that one has a little bit of vinegar or mustard in it, like just a touch. And yeah, it makes it just as
I,
good. It's good
I
mayo.
don't know if you saw Mobius saying that if you don't like the raw egg, you could use powdered eggs.
Oh, you know what, Mobius? Actually, you can use, I forgot, you can boil the eggs. I saw somebody do that on keto.
Oh
They
yeah.
actually pre-boiled them and then blended them, and
Mhm.
it turned into like a mayo for them.
Hmm.
And then, of course, added some mustard or spices or whatever to their mayo. But
Yeah.
thank you for that because I forgot about that.
Yeah, so you could.
I did.
Okay, so Mobius, yes, mustard is super simple to make, and you can ferment it if you like. And yes, that's what we did. I don't like it that
Mm.
way. It doesn't. It
Mm.
doesn't. Even when we blend it up, I want the nice flavor of the that kind of French's prepared yellow mustard. That's what I'm. I just
They
want it to
probably
be.
use powder for the Frenches and
Mhm.
not grind it or not ferment the
We did both. Like,
seeds. Yeah,
yeah, no,
you
no,
use.
yeah, we did. Well, the only thing, it's been so long since Marissa made it that because it's like if you use the black mustard seed or the white mustard seed, one of them is hotter, or no, or maybe it's when you put it in cold water it gets hot, or if you put hot water it gets cold. I don't know. But I just don't. It's like I just want it to taste like prepared mustard. I have the grainy one; that one's fine. But it's like, what are we missing in this to make it taste like it's just yellow mustard? So
Right,
I just
right.
thought if you had a good recipe, that it would be like, okay, let's compare it to what the one that we've done. And like I said, she did ferment it. So
So that
Yeah.
I do have to admit, I just tried Duke's for this summer, and it is quite tasty. I always use Hellman's.
yeah, I loved Hellman's
Right.
until it like it, and whenever it went on sale, because I'd buy the big ones because that's our the mayonnaise is our base for our Caesar salad dressing, and having had 7 people living here, so Hellman's was on sale. I'd bring home 4 and put it on the shelf because we will go through that, no problem. And then eventually when they were starting to do different things with it, and you taste and you go, what happened to the taste of this? And you go, I still have 3 more jars on my pantry shelf. And it was like, no, we're not eating it because they changed it. This
Right.
is disgusting gear. No. My mother saes the same thing. You would
Oh,
be a
my
different
husband likes
bird.
that.
It's just crap. Ugh.
Ugh, not my But I have to say Miracle Whip has all the different flavors that sometimes make a good deviled egg.
Yes.
Um, but otherwise, like as a mayo, like with a tomato like sandwich, never.
Mm-mm.
No, I
No.
Shawnee, have you told him what's in it and why he shouldn't eat it?
Oh, you're reading ingredients to me again?
Well, you know what you could do is get the Hellmann's and then get just some bottles of what
Tell him
is
he'll
in
grow
it,
man
and just
boobs.
go here. Do you want to eat this one or you want to eat this one? They're the same thing. You can have both of
Just
them.
put just put on the label, make your see if you can get stickers made where it says may cause impotence and moobs and male boobs because of all the soy oil that's in Hellman's now.
Everything is
But
Oh, she's changing it again, everyone. And I'm just like,
They
could you be supportive of my research and
right.
time for
That's
health,
my
friend
husband.
of mine, husband?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I try
Where
something new, my husband's like, "Are you trying to kill me?"
so it's
I
opposite
know.
it's opposite of
Opposite.
my house.
Right.
Mom, you'll never guess what we need to take out of our lives now. And it was like, okay, we need to simmer down because pretty soon we're gonna just stand, buck naked and I don't even know where we can stand because it's whatever's coming this way and that way and up and down.
Right.
Just don't touch nothing. So as I've just said, okay, we can do one or two at a time and just do it slowly,
Yeah,
slowly.
I don't want honey in my that's a good recipe for maybe Gear for his Miracle Whip, but I wouldn't want honey in my mayo or
So
grapeseed
mayo.
oil. I'll take olive oil or avocado oil.
I
I
love
won't do
honey mustard.
yeah.
So I like that. But I use different oil. Yeah.
Yeah. But for a mayo though, you would do that? It would be good
Not
as a
really.
dip
Mayo
for
is
like a
in honey mustard. Like
yeah,
the honey mustard I make, it's mayo. It's got has mayo
but
in it. So I
but
don't
I
think
mean,
that's
would
a
you
mayo
make your
recipe.
You put
yeah,
mayo
I
in it.
know.
Isn't that a
Hmm.
honey mustard recipe? Yeah, I put mayo in my honey mustard.
It does seem like
Hmm.
a honey mustard recipe now that you say it, but that's her mayo recipe.
I
But yeah,
was
I
into,
won't
I
touch
was into
grapeseed oil to eat. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was into wraps last summer, big time, and making honey mustard, you know,
Mhm. Yeah.
with all the veg. Mm, mm, mm. I
Mm.
kind of
Oh,
overdid it though. I'm kind of away from that now.
right. I know I get that way. Right now I'm on a teriyaki chicken kick with the konjac noodles that I didn't know were very fibrous, and then I'll get like broccoli slaw and I'll cook that down with the scallions but I'm using of course like rotisserie chicken because I'm not roasting a chicken all the time. But I should. And actually I was blessed with a filter. I finally just got the
Oh.
um finally was able to afford the sink to replace our sink because my sink right now looks like a utility sink has since we moved in. I don't know if they made drugs in this house before we had it, but that sink sure looked like they did. Like the sink is just it's one of those old cast irons. And
Mm.
I could paint it, but it's like I think it's just time to upgrade it. I like the stainless steel sinks because you can just scrub them clean. And I mean,
Mhm.
I also like the cast iron. They're beautiful, but
Mhm.
yeah, I use it more like utility right now while I'm painting. And then once I'm done doing all the painting in the house, I will put in my new sink and my filter for underneath the sink that someone sent
Awesome.
me.
Yeah, I don't do I drink bottled water when that's all that there is. Our
Right.
tap water is good. I don't think we put fluoride in our water here. And also I'm on the island, so it's like it's whatever is caught in the air or from the
Right.
sky. We don't have it's different
Right.
when I was on the mainland. Um just because, again, they're like microplastics in the plastic bottles,
Right.
So,
I know. Otherwise, this water is great. When that guy came to test our bottled water was as clean as his filtered water that he put through. I was like,
wow.
yeah, except for like microplastic and the
So,
mustard.
Anne, it depends on
Mm,
what's happening. The only type of bottled water I like is I think it's called Old Mountain. I don't like the
mhm.
flavor of any other. I can't. The only one I can
They
drink
do have flavors.
is
Thank
an
you.
Old
Yes.
Mountain because they're all different.
Yes,
If I'm
they
at
are.
a city water tap, I prefer it to go through a pitcher that has a filter. I have a
Mhm.
pitcher instead of like the big giant ones, and the company I have so far is okay. And I like my water room temp.
Vegetarian.
I don't like
Okay.
it cold from the faucet or cold from the fridge. If
Mhm.
I'm out at the garden, I drink well water. So
Okay.
Brave
that's how I
soul.
consume water. It actually has to get tested it was supposed to happen this year, I thought. The well
Mhm.
out there and then flushed probably, and I'm very
Right.
concerned about the flushing in my garden, so I think we're trying to time it where flushing doesn't happen when I'm watering a garden.
Mm.
So,
What do they do when they flush it? What do you
well,
mean?
That's up to well, we're gonna hire a professional because the redneck way
Mhm.
is dump a bunch of bleach in it. Um,
Oh, okay.
there's something that happens with a professional where you put it in there and it shocks it and then you run it out for so much time, and I don't know this is why it's never been done, because we're super skeptical about what are you doing to it. And so we've never flushed
Right.
it. And now, like, it got brought up again, and it's like, I don't really want it. I don't know should we have it tested? We're in that conversation. Yeah.
They
Right.
shock it with some
Pier
pretty
one and oh, sorry.
they shock it with some pretty significant stuff because when we
Mhm.
had to have the um, pump replaced up north,
Mhm.
we flushed for days till we got it clear. But that's a different situation. They had to replace it versus just
Yeah, this
they
one's not
actually, when
big.
they're doing it, they actually pull the pump and
Right.
then put it back in.
I'm trying to remember if the when we used to have the well water connected to the house, it had a filter it
Right.
went through. But we no longer have that house, and so the water comes through, and we don't actually drink from the faucet because it's going through a water softener and it's too salty. We drink from the faucet outside of the spigot like it's 1852 out there.
Uh,
You just have a little bypass put on. We've got one of those up
That's
north.
what I suggested to the property owner, and I said, "Plumb it right here and have it right here," and has he gotten it done? No.
Yeah, it's
mm,
just we get, everything is on the water softener, and then right next to it is a little spigot that's bypasses it
I said, "'Cause then
for
it's in the
drinking.
house, and I don't have to go move snow to get to the water like it's
right.
1852."
And
Right.
well, I mean, when you're cooking and whatever, you just
When I cook, I
first of
use
all,
the
it
tap,
doesn't taste good. The softened water
but
doesn't taste
Yeah.
good.
I don't drink it, and then they keep water in the fridge there, and I can't, it's too cold. It hurts my teeth. I let it
Right.
sit out.
I did get one and I didn't realize it. I have a mucosal lining. Hopefully, I will remember to put the link afterwards. Oops. But this is the mucosal barrier. I cannot read it even on my 13, but it's got a really good cut away and all the cellular goodness. And it's from the National Library of Medicine. So I will try and link that in the description for anybody who's interested and can blow it up bigger than I can.
This is
So
back to
thanks.
the gut conversation, everyone, not wells.
Right. No, no, no. Ah, there we are. Okay. Um, no, I'm not an expert, Mobius. I've just used quite a few because where we used to live before was down in Broward, and Broward had that the water had sulfur in it, so it smelled like eggs. And we would either get bottled water or I would have to use the zero water filter. Brit and so I had to do research on some of the filters, and zero was the only one who basically you're zeroing out the particles. There's nothing. And it's taking out a lot more than a lot of the Britas. The Britas have gotten better after zero came out. But the zeros go very slow. I will say that because they are filtering out just about anything
There's
that's in
this
that
whole
water.
deep dive, Anne's Place. If you really wanna go binge something, YouTube
Mhm.
house water pitcher filters, and then
Mhm.
people will tell you how long it lasted. What did it filter out? Like, so in my
Right.
city water conversation, the reason I filter it is because I can't stand the taste of the chlorine in it. And I know there's fluoride in it, and I don't know whatever else in it because the house is whatever. But
Right.
Isn't the
Well,
zero water, is that the one where the filters are like almost $50 a piece?
no, I think you're thinking of the one that all the YouTubers were using for a while, Berkey, the Berkey water filters where they have the
No,
Berkeys.
my sister had it, and I thought it was like almost $50 a piece, but you don't have to change
Maybe
it.
what she
well, does
had,
it
maybe it
last
was
a
a big
year?
one.
You know,
It
like
Like,
lasts longer than the Brita does
yeah,
by
maybe
far.
it was a larger one. Does she have like one of the ones where you could do a lot at one time?
No,
I
it was
haven't had it in 10 years, so they could be. Maybe they're up to 50 for,
zero.
I'd like a bigger one. I'll tell you that right now. You know how many times I have to fill that thing up?
yeah. Yeah, Broward water is gross. And not to mention, we were right near the lovely Trash Mountain, Janet. So, yeah, it needed to be filtered or we needed to do bottled. And I would filter like for cooking sometimes if I didn't have bottled. Yeah.
An 8-pack of them is $110.
This is a question for you, Shawnee.
What?
No, he's
No,
just
statement.
saying reminds. It's just a statement.
Yeah,
Reminder.
he's got
Yeah.
somebody that drives an hour and a half to get spring water, and I was like, love that commitment, because
Yeah.
water. Yeah.
They're $13.75 a piece. That's not
Oh,
bad.
yeah. I didn't think zero was excellent. Berkey gets expensive, and then now they're saying
Well,
there's been an issue with Berkey, but also an issue with their filters for a while. A lot of Chinese knockoff filters. Oh, I hope I don't get hit because I actually said that. Um, there's been, from that Red Dragon country, uh, water filters that were knockoffs, and they had really bad glues on the inside. So you were filtering out the crap and then getting all the adhesive crap still in your water.
It's
Yeah.
really funny because for a while there, the all the homesteading channels were really kind of promoting it.
Yes, the
after the
Berkey.
You
train
don't see that
derailment.
anymore.
Yeah, you don't because it
It
went
went
through
quiet.
yeah, it went through a big issue, I think.
Here's the other
Yeah.
thing, people. All things go on sale.
Yeah.
So get on an email list if you care and see when they sell the filters for sale and then stock up.
Yeah, exactly. Check for sales. Definitely. See what's seasonal. Ask your people in your stores too what might go on sale seasonally. That's one thing I noticed too, even with our garden stuff at Walmart. As soon as you start to see anything relating to school, you better grab your garden stuff that you want because it it's going to be gone or it's going to go on sale. And as far as the seed wall, they'll put up a seed wall. That's what I mean about grab your seeds. I didn't mean garden stuff. Grab your seeds because they take down that whole seed wall. That's the first thing to go. They'll only have a few on sale for some reason. I don't know. It's like it just disappears in a day, probably from other gardeners going in there and getting a discount or knowing that rhythm. But yeah, as soon as you start to see school stuff come
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
it's good too, because then you can sometimes get really great deals
Mm-hmm.
on pots and if you're, gardening in pots and things like that. And also too for seed starting. Some of their seed starting stuff will go on sale.
You know, I have a filter outside at the hose too.
Mhm. Yeah, I want to get one of those. Did you find one that you really like? Like, have you noticed a difference? Like, as far as did you
Oh
have
yeah.
any tip burn and the tip burn went away? Like any of that?
No, nothing like that. But the smell, like
Mhm.
the chlorine smell,
Oh, good. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
definitely clears that.
That's good. Yeah,
So
I
if
need
it
something
doesn't do
like that.
anything but get chlorine out, yeehaw.
Yeah. We don't
Yeah.
have.
Oh,
I don't have a smell or taste of chlorine in our water here.
mm. We only get a flush, I think, once in a while. Where we used to live when I was growing up, I lived in Boca. Boca was really bad about flushing their water. And I mean, I would run a tub sometimes to take a bath, and it would smell like I was at the pool, like in an indoor pool. It was so strong.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I didn't. I mean, back then we didn't know better. I didn't know. We drank the water out of the fridge that probably went through a filter that didn't do too much. You know. Was it spring? Yeah, Andrew, that's wild. I watched somebody though saying it was a doctor and he was saying about certain areas where they just collect the water right out of the ice. And he was like, well, some of that bacteria is ancient out there. But I'm like, yeah, but does it all still survive the freezing temps that they get when you've got an iceberg that's melting? I don't know. I would have to dive into that to even find that out.
I think it would be delicious and it would be so
I
clean.
do too. Yeah. And I love cold water, but that's another thing. if you think about your mucosal lining is basically the inside of your skin. It's your inside out. How that's a shock going down on those wide open cells, like just kind of like when if you've ever used one of those sinus things, the
A
neti pot.
neti pot.
Yeah, a neti pot, and you don't have the correct temperature and you flush your nose, you feel it. I don't know how we don't like you can get a brain freeze and you can freeze your esophagus like on a slurp, like the Slurpee or the ice. I don't know how we don't feel that sensation. Like the cold water, it cools us, but what else is it doing? Like, did our brain just shut off like, oh, that's uncomfortable? You know, like how is that not uncomfortable to put freezing cold water into your body? But anyway, they say it's actually better to drink like room temperature water because it doesn't
Mhm.
shock your system.
Yeah.
But you
Better
want
for
to
you again,
see,
better for your gut.
yeah, better for you when you ferment. Yeah, you let it
Mhm.
sit out. That's what we used to do for fish too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I guess we do have chlorine, but I don't. But it's not really because we do leave our water out if
Hmm.
we're going to be doing fermenting and stuff like that. Marissa put out some jugs of it and stuff like that. But it doesn't have a really strong smell or strong taste of chlorine. Like you don't go wow. Where I've been in some provinces and it's like wow, what is in your water? You know, so
Yeah, yeah, and that's what it does to our gut too. That's why I'm looking forward to hopefully getting that filter or set up. So I think it's like
yeah.
a 3 stage what that goes
Do you
under
know
the
the name
sink.
of yours? Do you know the
No,
name of yours?
I
Okay.
don't remember the
So
name.
this is what Marissa's getting. So she wants a Centivia, and it's a
Mm,
glass one, and I think it's something that goes on the counter. But and you know, and it's a you know
yeah,
400 or somewhere in their dollars. But the Kangen or
I know about that
Kangen,
one. Hmm.
you know, that's in the thousands, but that's what she
Right.
wants to
But you can
to
modify the pH balance in the Kangen and you can use it for cleaning and everything else.
yeah,
The water itself without any cleaners in it, it cleans.
yeah.
Lee County does a chlorine. Hold on, what's this? Does a chlorine every year, the smell of water. I know, right? When they do the flush, it really is. But our water table is so close to our ground that things really do seep into it. So we
Mhm.
need something like that.
Mhm.
I know. Hey, no, you're not weird. I get that way too. I get that way too.
Mhm.
And I
No,
used to
I like it.
love when go ahead. What?
No,
You like it? You get hooked on it too?
no, yeah, I like it cold.
I like it cold.
I
I
like
like
it
it
cold.
like over ice sometimes, but I like it too when my ice starts to melt and get porous and you can just chew it really easily. I used to like that, but now I won't do that after getting our water tested and seeing what that refrigerator water looks like. It's disgusting.
Mhm.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. Now I know I want a glass one too now because I know that my filters are not glass. At least
Mhm.
the housing is not. Yeah, we do. That's how we do it, Mad Farm. I'm a Floridian. What do you expect? Come
I
on.
used to I used to get the water out of the water fountain because I figured it at work because I figured it was cleaner than the the drop in um what the 5 gallon jugs that they would put in the you could get hot or cold because nobody ever cleaned them. I never saw
Right.
anybody cleaning them.
Mm-mm.
Mm,
I'm like,
ugh,
you. I'll take
mm.
my chances at the fountain.
Yeah, I remember when the whole thing came where they swabbed, what was it, ice makers, I think. It was really disgusting. They found E. coli in them at restaurants. I was like, no,
Yep.
thank you. People
Oh,
talking about
Shanti's
water.
taking a cake break.
Oh, so unfair. I just have cashews in here with me and my fruit. I could eat my
Okay, she just
fruit.
shut off my sweet tooth.
Oh, this fruit is so good. I wish I could share it with you guys. It really, and it's like, it's so hard to describe. It has just those hints of pumpkin pie, but pear. I'm glad you love it, Med
Mm.
Farm. Oh, Med Farm, do you know the sap? sapodilla or dilla that tastes like pumpkin pie. The thing is a monster. It's huge. And then I got a smaller one that's like this big. And it's the first one I ever tried that tastes like that it actually tastes like it's got that pumpkin pie spice in it. I just don't want to know what the top one or in China. Oh, wow. Eee. I wonder if because it's such an ancient country, the pipes like that it's flowing through are just falling apart. I wonder. Ugh. I know. Cake, 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 give us cake.
Mm-hmm.
They can get mold. I miss what you were saying. Which was it? The fountain, the water fountain? Or the
The 5-gallon drop-on thing, and you could, you could get hot or cold from
oh
the
yeah.
thing.
And they
But
didn't clean it.
no one ever
Ew.
cleaned it. The guy came like
I
three
I would
times
have.
a week and dropped in a new thing up
I
in our department. But
I would have. But
I
back in the
never
day
saw
when I
anybody cleaning that thing.
ew,
Yuckies.
Mama Sapote or yeah, it's not the Mame. The Mame is the orange one. It might be the Manila Cara Sapote. Because this is the brown. Well, this one's ripe. Well, I'll just pop it open because it's so soft.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, and and the seeds. It's just dripped right on my dress. So much for sleeping in this. I'll be just cleaning myself up. The seeds. Pardon me. The seeds are really wild, and you don't want to get them in your throat because they have this. Some of them have these little spikes. I don't know if this one has it. It's like got a little sticker that kind of hangs out.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
little spiky spike. But this one's kind of soft. I've seen them where they're like really, it's like a thorn almost coming off of it. But yeah,
Wow.
sapodilla, but it's the one that tastes like pumpkin pie. It's really soft, you guys. This is how I'll show
I
you
know
how.
you just
But I
ripped it
mean,
open with your bare hands.
it's like cooked pear, the texture and everything. Really, nom nom nom, nom 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 nom.
Oh
So good,
wow.
really good. It just falls apart in your mouth. It just falls apart in your mouth.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know which one it is. Isn't it huge? That was huge. Yes, they can be very sharp and spiky. Like dangerously so. I've seen some. Oh, Willie Crow, what's up? Yeah,
Hello,
why didn't
Willie
you
Crow.
clean it? Right. That's troublemaker, Willie Crow. We love him though. Mr. Troublemaker. He's a northeastern fisherman. Well, oyster farmer. I hope I got that right. Willie Crow. I thought they meant Manila Cara. Zabota meant Sapodilla. Okay. I mean, I gotta come out and video your place, Medfarm. Just been so busy, and then hopefully get it out of my editing app. Yes, it does taste like brown sugar. Real thin peel. The peel kind of has the texture a little bit of a kiwi, but not hairy. Is the best way to describe it. But it is like a poached pear that you're eating. That it's broken down like a poached pear. I know it's
Yes,
been a while.
it has been a while. Good to see you, Will It Grow?
Water fountains, though, go to the water fountain. Do you know water fountains spread in college? A lot of kids had gotten that brain disease that takes you out, bacterial meningitis from a water fountain in their dorm.
From a water
They,
fountain?
that's where they linked it to. They couldn't figure out why all these kids were getting this bacterial meningitis in
Oh.
that dorm, and then they finally linked it to a dirty water fountain.
Yeah, they're not they're not that clean either. You do have to have somebody that's cleaning it on a regular basis. So hopefully your cleaners were cleaning it because you never got meningitis.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. We were really So did not know that when we were younger. Who likes your husband does? Because he's forever trying to tell me what to eat and what not to, and I never listen, but I listen to others. That sounds like my husband, Anne. Is that just like a husband-wife thing? Because my husband, if somebody else tells him the same information that I tell him, it's like he's never heard it before and it's fantastic. That's like, yeah, kind of told you that.
That made me think of college. The only thing that went round and round and round was mononucleosis. Missing disease.
Oh yeah, that and some had scabies go around too, like some
Mm.
colleges along with the
Mhm.
mono. Mm,
Mhm.
uh-uh. I was blessed that my parents lived right near the college that I came home to. I lived in a dorm for a short period, but yeah, I
I
was
might have
pretty lucky.
gotten mono when I was in college.
Oh, Robin. Well, you were an art major, so I could see that. Art major
Mhm.
had its own thing going on.
Oh my
Like,
Mm.
God. I was sick and I just called, Mom, can I just come home to get better? Because I'm really sick. She came and picked me up and I went home and I think it was 10 days later she drove me back and I
oh,
had to drop
thank you, Joe.
conversational Spanish because I just couldn't catch up from 10 days. I caught up with
Right.
everything else.
Mm.
Thank you so much, Joe. Woo! Joe Serrano, thank you. Your gift is well received. Grateful for it. Thank you. Um, yeah, I think the biggest I got sick when it was more from winter. Like my asthma was not used to winter air, and I ended up going down when we were in PA. But I had a class that I didn't realize I was signed up for. I think Bowtie, I said it in the live in the side chat. I was on the volleyball team and we were doing our games at night and we would do away games, on campus games. Do you think anyone told me I had a class during my game nights that somehow I signed up for that I didn't realize? No, not until it was where I couldn't really make it up. I think I was shocked. It felt like a bad movie that
Oh
I
my
was in when I found out. Yeah, it was bad. I think it was like it was childhood like psychology or something. I can't remember. It was for my education part of my degree, and I was like, no, I can't
Oh,
remember all those like studies and names and all that.
that's like one of those nightmares. Whenever I
Was
have a really bad dream, I'm usually back in school and something crazy's happening like that.
right.
That's my nightmares.
I lived with my husband when I went to college. So I went to college and then I went home to my husband and then back. There's no crazy college
Right,
story.
right. No, I did pretty good for crazy college stories. That was when I was dating the firefighter, though, so I have some. I don't like going to frat parties and stuff, but he was my plus one. So up north, um, yeah, my cousin was going to Villanova at the same time, and he wasn't too far away. So I would take my girlfriends, and we would go over to Villanova and go to some of his frat parties. Not too many though, because one of his frat bros called me a boca one time. And mind you, I'm 5'2", and he was probably about 6'2". I grabbed a chair and stood on it at that time of my life. And I was like, excuse me. Like, what did you just say? And my cousin comes over and he grabs me. He's like, no, no, no. I was like, obviously, he doesn't know that, we don't appreciate that. Just because I'm from there doesn't mean I'm one of them. Like, but yeah, drunk guys, what can you say? They say kind of rude things. Not all of them. Some of them. One always was like, I'm going to marry you.
For gut health, we should stay away from alcohol.
Yes.
PSA.
Thank you for bringing that back in. Thank you for tying that in, Shawnee. Yes. For those of you in those years having any kind of gut issues, you might want to lay off the alcohol give it a rest and see if you start to feel better, especially those, free pitchers of beer night with so many purchases of appetizers or whatever your college town is doing. Yeah, rubbing alcohol? No, the kind you drink. We don't recommend drinking the rubbing alcohol at all. If you end up in the ER for that or possibly dead. Yeah. Yeah, I don't miss it either, CR. I sometimes miss like the fruity drinks, but that's about it.
I have a
That's great, Anne.
Yeah.
28 years.
I have a top tip with alcohol. I
Yeah.
I put it in a little atomizer. I was just trying to see if it was over here on the table. It's just one of those little bitty ones that fits in the pocket.
You 755 media. Uh-huh. Let's
Isopropyl
see.
alcohol, and then I just spray my clippers or scissors or whatever I'm using from plant to plant with,
Oh, we're
with
talking about rubbing alcohol.
rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, I was like, oh, is that how you make it seem like you're having a drink,
I
but
was
you're really
like,
not?
I
You're
thought we
just
were talking
spraying
about like
it with the
wine and an atomizer or something.
I know. It was
Wait,
like,
what?
oh, did she just go? She just gives herself a spritz of it.
Diva's over there
Oh,
Googling it. Where do I buy one?
just spray it on your straw and it'll make you feel like you're having alcohol. Go ahead. Sorry about that. I was thinking the same thing. We were still talking about a drink.
Lovely garden tip.
Yes. Yes. Great garden tip. Yes, exactly. It is a poison, man.
It was a game changer for me because, like some people will do those little wipes, but, you tear them open and then, you're trying to put it in your pocket and then it blows away because it doesn't make it into your pocket, whatever. Just one plant to the next.
Yeah, but you just spray them? I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch on here. You spray them with rubbing alcohol and
Here, you
polish
might make
it,
more
or what do
sense.
you?
Let me figure it. Let me see. Let me find it. It's got to be here close
I've
by.
used it before for mealy bugs. Rubbing alcohol helps kill mealy bugs, and then it's easier to wipe them right off. But
If
okay,
you're
I
like
got it.
trimming a plant that has a disease.
Okay, well, I do it
okay.
between all plants just so.
Okay.
Oh, on
Well,
your
I-
cutters. Okay. Sterilizing. Got it. You're sterilizing.
between each
Genius.
plant. Yep.
That is genius to carry the spray bottle in your kit. There you go. You got a
So
great
much
tip
easier.
tonight.
Fits right
Yeah.
in the pocket.
I know with orchids, they'll actually put cinnamon on the cut on the plant to help keep out like bacterias and things like that. But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I took us into the alcohol chat somehow. Sorry about that. But it is an important thing because yeah, we didn't really touch on that much. That it really does rip up your gut health. In fact, there's people who have gut issues and have complained about gut issues that I've known, but they also were very heavy drinkers. And it, does a job on your gut and your liver and yeah, your brain. Yeah, for modern booze. Yeah, it's Friday.
I have a friend and he can't eat cinnamon. It will rip his stomach up.
Oh,
But he loves hot chilies. No problem.
no problem. That's Homestead
No
Aquarius
problem.
loves. Well, he likes cinnamon though too, and he can do cinnamon. He loves his cayenne on everything. If you've ever watched any of his like shorts when he's cooking, it's like, but it's because it's good for your circulation and your heart. And I've heard it does actually help the stomach. I've heard things about hot peppers helping heal the stomach. Oh, ulcers and kidney stones too. Yikes. From alcohol? Yeah. Well, it is dehydrating. A lot of people don't realize how it can be very dehydrating.
I think that actually chilies are good for arthritis pain, joint pain.
Hmm. Yeah.
And it's kind of contradictory because sometimes nightshades are bad for promoting pain. Like me, I
Hmm.
have too many nightshades or
I can't eat. Yeah, I can't either, sadly. Well, mostly it's tomatoes that get me or like mashed potatoes. But usually I think it's the combination if I'm having mashed potatoes with what? Is the meal really heavy? Things like that. It might be a combination, but the potatoes and tomatoes seem to get me more than the peppers. Go figure. How
Or
many leaves here?
multiple
Wait.
meals, multiple nightshade meals over a
Mhm.
few days without a
Oh,
break. Yeah.
or eggplant. I had these eggplant terrines. We went out, and it was so funny because it was right after I watched something about Dr. Gundry talking about lichens and these different things that are in tomatoes and that family, nightshades. I'm eating it's tomatoes, it's eggplant, and yeah, I suddenly get violently ill after having two of them because they were so delicious. I was just like, I had an allergic reaction because I hadn't had eggplant in forever, and I think that was part of it. Let's see, what was this?
Homestead
You
Homestead appears to
grasshoppers.
kept capsaicin rules.
Yes, he loves his capsaicin.
Yeah, but he's talking
Um,
about eating it, not topical.
no, not topical. He eats it. Main
Yeah.
gut issue is that it hides my feet. Oh, funny. Gosh, Anne, do you know what type of grasshoppers you have?
But that's the active ingredient in chilies, right?
Capsaicin.
Yes,
Yeah, hot
yes,
chili.
correct,
Hot
Robin.
chilies. Yep, yep. Yeah, chilies are hot chilies. I'm sorry. I'm thinking peppers. You said chilies. My brain said you said peppers because I guess it is getting a little late.
Well, they're the
So,
same thing.
so what?
In
Yeah,
England, they call them chilies, and we
yeah,
differentiate the hot ones from the mild.
right. What is it? Eggplant courgette? Courgette? What is
Courgette. Oh no,
courgette?
aubergine,
Aubergine. But what's the courgette? What is that one? Zucchini?
zucchini, summer squash.
Zucchini. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's such a cool name. I like that one better.
And let's go grow some courgettes.
Yes, it just sounds so fancy.
We
So
should go to grow some
where did
courgettes.
And tomatoes and
where
basil.
where are the grasshoppers? Are they locusts, Anne, since you're in Turkey, like that area of the country? Like what do they look like? They big and fat and my are almost bare now. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're really having a hard season over there. Well, just what it looks like. Whitish, not green. I have no idea. Okay.
Wow, we're after midnight. Woo.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to call it. Maybe, Anne, you can I don't know if you could post a picture maybe on your page about your newest pest problem. I don't know if it goes along with your niche, like in your post section, if you get a picture. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they might be starving and they're coming to get food because of the heat. To try New England clam chowder, chowder. Uh,
Chowder.
no, what I did eat Will It Grow was we would go over the bridge to Maryland and I would get the Maryland like crabs, the blue crabs in the Old Bay, of course. All the Southerners just rolled over in their graves like all their ancestors did. Yeah, the Old Bay. They were delicious, but there's too much work. I prefer snow crab now because you can just crack it and you get a big, nice piece. I don't do the blue crabs anymore. But I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight. We went all over the place. I could probably split this into two.
Mhm.
But thank you so much for my panel, my ever present, usually, and beautiful Maureen Washington from Diva and the Dirt. Thank you so much for always being such a great co host. And our tri host, who has been with us now for over a year and is doing well in her channel. And please help her get to 4,000 hours and 1,000 subscribers, Ms. Shawnee Groves. And our new fourth host, who is Robin from Robin Gardens. And we're so grateful to have her because she remembers so many words that I can't say and so many
Oh, yeah.
cultivars that I have never grown.
Mhm.
Thank you, everybody in Side Chat, for joining us. I really appreciate you taking your time out and spending this time with us. I hope it helped you. Let me know in the comments later if you're going to grow anything or you're going to add anything to your diet to help your gut health. I'd really be curious to know what it was or if this helped in any way. I really would love to know. Just a little feedback. Thank you so much, and we will see you at Diva in the Dirt tomorrow night, correct,
Mhm.
Maureen?
Yep.
You want to talk about what time you're going to go live?
7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which makes it 9 o'clock
10 p.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. There we
Central.
go.
I wanted the
Yeah,
Central. I was going to go over, but then it was like, what do I call that one? I don't know.
Central, I think. Yeah, that's
7
1 hour
p.m.
behind me.
7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time from the West
7
Coast.
p.m. Igloo time. And all right, everyone. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Yes, you too. Bless you. And please pray for our friend Tibor, and DCB's needs prayers for his mom, he said tonight, if you're a praying type. Have a good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Bye bye.
Good night.